Chapter 76 Throw it out. Seeing this, I recalled the scene of Hashirama fighting Madara in my mind, and wanted to reproduce it, using wooden golem to grab this tailed beast bomb, as Naruto used by Ray's Non. It is still not possible to simplify the seal to one like first-generation Hashirama. Too late. When the body sensed danger, it took the initiative to avoid it. In midair, watching the direction of the tailed beast bomb that smashed the wooden dragon, Naruto changed his face. Oops. The tailed beast bomb flew over Iruka's head and, as he watched in shock, blasted towards the ninja school. Something is coming. The quality of chakra is terrifying. Ino changed his face. Hearing this, she took a few steps back, and the little Sakura who was looking out through the window, her pupils condensed into a single point, quickly dropped the child in her arms, and jumped out. Catch up. We must catch up. Naruto ran wildly. Lightning-style chakra stimulates cells. Nine-tails chakra covers the whole body. The speed is played to ultimate, and the distance from tailed beast bomb is getting closer. The nine-tails chakra surged and turned into a big hand, and its quality was increasing. He's going to miss the track of this tailed beast bomb. A little bit. A little bit. Hurry up. Faster. Suddenly, the tailed beast bomb disappeared, and Naruto, who couldn't stop the car, plunged into the ninja school. What's going on? Just now. Thinking of little Sakura, Naruto vaguely guessed something, and ran out. Just in time to see the pink light flashing in the open space outside the ninja school, the little Sakura, who was still in shock, appeared out of thin air, panting heavily and sitting there. At the same time, one tailed beast bomb, located in the death forest outside Konoha village, descended here. The Big Bang destroyed nearly 1/7 of the area. Now is not the time to inquire, besides, it is clear at a glance, so there is no need to ask more. Naruto looks out into the distance, one tail shower he, fighting a new wooden dragon controlled by Shadow Clone. The wooden dragon alone is not enough to suppress it, it needs to be combined with other techniques. Just use Earth style, the spiral shuriken, combined with the effect of the wooden dragon absorbing chakra, it should be able to trap it. In this way, adding my chakra to it will not only enhance the effect of the spell, but also release it remotely. Hearing Naruto's plan, Nine-Tails said. Huh? Is it possible? Remote release. Naruto was stunned. Get the proportions right and you'll get it done, Nine-Tails said. Okay, show me how to do it. Naruto said. I thought I had to wait until I mastered the magic and injected the magic chakra before I could throw the spiral shuriken, but I didn't expect. Yes, in the plot, Naruto obtained Nine-Tails chakra by tug of war, and then entered Nine-Tails chakra mode. When destroying Nagato's planetary devastation core together with Killer Bee, the wind style, the spiral shuriken, was thrown out directly. At the time, Naruto wasn't in sage mode. What does this represent? Nine-Tails chakra has a similar effect to Senju chakra, resulting in a spiral shuriken that can be used as a long-range attack. Spread your right hand, according to Nine-Tails instructions, adjust the ratio of your own chakra to Nine-Tails chakra. 6:4. A darker, deeper spiral shuriken gradually took shape. Unbelievable. Ino held his forehead, his body was shaking. In her perception, Naruto's chakra reaction at this time was like an erupting active volcano, boiling and bursting. This is not the chakra that human beings can have. The word horror is not enough to describe it. You did a good job. With your current chakra control, no more, no less, just right. Nine-Tails said. Without further ado, Naruto followed the one-tail Shokuru, and threw out the spiral shuriken in his hand. It has not been named yet, but the name must be very long. Shadow Clone, who drives the wooden dragon, is amazed that the main body can throw a spiral shuriken. The reaction was not slow, and he quickly understood the intention of the main body, immediately controlled the wooden dragon, strenuously tightened the guard crane, paid attention to the guard crane's beak, and guarded against it before using the tailed beast bomb. In small Sakura, in Ino. In Iruka, the students who have not been evacuated from the ninja school, the teacher. The villagers near and far, the ninjas, Jiraiya who was rushing here. Under the different attention of Temari, Kankuro, Sand Shinobi, Odanin, and others. Spiral shuriken, hit Shizuru's head accurately. With that point as the center, it suddenly expanded and became a solid earth ball with a diameter of about 70 meters. Shadow Clone shattered on the spot. A living wood dragon, out of Shadow Clone's control, lacks dexterity, but still has the ability to absorb chakra, grow or repair itself. Continually eating away at the one-tail chakra reduces the chance of Shikaku getting out of trouble. Chakra consumption, it's scary enough. Naruto thought to himself. Did not take it to heart. He doesn't have many other things, but he has a lot of chakra, not only his own, but also Nine-Tails, a big chakra owner. Chakra consumption is not a problem, as long as it is easy to use. Are you okay? Naruto asked. Little Sakura shook her head, grabbed Naruto's hand and stood up, transferring such a large object, chakra consumes too much, and his legs are a bit weak. Hearing this, Naruto hesitated, and the princess picked up little Sakura, and sent her to Ino's side with her small exclamation. The biggest trouble has been solved, you stay here, it's safe. Entrusting the little Sakura to Ino's care, Naruto pulled away and went to the solid earth ball that blocked one-tail Shikara, thinking about how to deal with this big guy. Hearing the sound of an explosion appearing on the other side of the soil ball, he walked around curiously. This sees Temari and others, attacking the soil ball, trying to break through this restriction and release one tail. A dozen detonating symbols are superimposed, and only a little skin is rubbed off. Kankuro was speechless. Adding B-level wind style with nature transformation, it won't cause much damage. It's too hard. Don't stop, keep attacking, this sphere is sealed, Gaara is trapped inside, can't breathe, can't last long, Temari said, waving the iron fan. Strive to launch the highest level wind style you know. Who? Sand Shinobi Jonin was alert. Several people looked intently and met Naruto's gaze. Wood style secret technique. Sand Shinobi Jonin squinted his eyes, and was the first to react, holding the ninja knife in his hand, and rushed towards Naruto in an instant. He wanted to kill this Konoha genius boy. Naruto's conscious reaction and nervous reaction at this time can't match the speed of Jonin. It's okay, his consciousness can't react in time, but his body can. Easily dodging Sand Shinobi Jonin's killing blow, and in the subsequent continuous offensive, dodging with ease. Don't stop. It's important to save Gaara. Temari kicked Kankuro. Seeing the other two Sand Shinobi, all going to cooperate to attack and kill Naruto, she gritted her teeth, refined chakra, and continued to attack the earth ball. Damn! Sand Shinobi Jonin yelled as he still missed Naruto. Lightning style, let's go. Naruto didn't care about the issue of dodging, and formed the seal by himself. With the consumption of chakra not stingy, the power and range of this technique have been raised several levels. Chapter 77. If there is no passive instinct, then Naruto is a veritable high attack, low defense, and low speed ninja. This speed refers to the attack speed. Under full burst, his movement speed is very fast, but the nerve response is not good, and without pupil skills such as Sharingan, you can't expect his dynamic vision to be very good. In the face of Jonin's sudden attack, he was determined to kneel, and even Nine Tails chakra was too late. No matter how strong the self-healing ability is, there is no immortal body after all. If the head is moved from the neck, it will still die. Reality has no ifs. The reality is that Naruto possesses such magical skills as passive instinct, all evasions are done by the body itself. Skip multiple steps such as conscious response, nerve transmission, mobilizing muscles, refining chakra, etc., and directly evade. One word, fast. Of course, there are also disadvantages, that is, it can only dodge, not attack, and Naruto must attack by himself. But with his attack speed and single target attack, he knew it was impossible to hit Jonin. If you want to hit, you must first restrict the opponent's actions, or a large-scale coverage strike. The paralysis effect attached to the lightning-style chakra and the range of the lightning-style ground walk perfectly meet these two requirements. Squeak. Taking Naruto as the origin, the extremely terrifying tree-like thunderbolt bursts like a flower, and the thunder is famous for its fast speed. Several Sand Shinobi, including Sand Shinobi Jonin, couldn't dodge in time, and were swept by one or two lightning bolts one after another. The part that was hit felt paralyzed, which in turn affected the speed, and was immediately caught up and taken care of by more lightning. He screamed out, "Ah! Naruto looks like a chakra nouveau riche. He doesn't know how to save money." He frantically refines chakra, performs Lei's nature transformation, and releases it all at once. The lightning-style chakra that exists in reality, before it evaporates naturally, there will be new lightning-style chakra added immediately, and the supply is endless. Terrified, Temari, Kankuro and the siblings had to stop attacking and retreat to a distance. It's a pity that his speed couldn't compare to Thunderbolt, and he didn't know the body flicker technique, so he couldn't escape. This is really... Jiraiya rushed to see this scene, speechless. Electrocuted a group of Sand Shinobi to the ground, and helped them make hairstyles to turn them into afro heads. Noticing Jiraiya, Naruto released the lightning style and walked, changing the printing style, and the surrounding silent trees trembled faintly. That forehead protector is not Sand Shinobi, Otoshi, which shinobi village are you from? Naruto pretended not to know him, and asked cautiously. Hearing Naruto's question, Jiraiya swayed subconsciously, wanting to summon a toad, then play half a ditty and introduce herself. Immediately after thinking that this is not the time to play tricks, he straightened his face and looked at Naruto seriously. Don't get me wrong, I'm also a Konoha shinobi. Forehead protector, I'm related to the summoning beast I contracted with. Look, this is my Konoha forehead protector, and this is my ninja card. With the development of the times, documents are becoming more and more important. Without enough documents to prove your identity, you are not qualified to say that you are you. Naruto pretended to look with his eyes wide open, but naturally he couldn't see anything wrong. After finishing the play that should be done, he said, "How is your strength? If you can match Jonin, or even surpass Jonin, Please rush to the venue where the Chunin exam is held as soon as possible. What's wrong? Jiraiya said in a deep voice. Orochimaru disguised himself as 4th Hokage, and attacked Grandpa 3rd generation, Lord Hokage, and he wanted to kill Lord Hokage. Naruto said. Before Naruto finished speaking, Jiraiya had disappeared, but it was Chakra who broke out, using the body flicker technique, and hurried to the destination. Can you catch up? Naruto squatted on the ground, using Chakra perception. In perception, the life responses in the 4 purple flame formations, the Chakra responses, changed from the original 3, 3rd generation, Orochimaru, and Sand Shinobi Jonin, to 5. 3rd generation, Orochimaru's life response, Chakra response unchanged. Sand Shinobi Jonin's life reacts, disappears. 3 additional unfamiliar Chakra responses. No life response, is it impure world reincarnation? 1st generation Hashirama, 2nd generation Tobirama, who is the other one? Naruto frowned. It can't be 4th generation Minato. Minato's soul, along with half of 9 tails, is in Shinigami's belly. Impure world reincarnation has a feature. Only after the summoning is successful, it can be stored in the coffin for later use, and the coffin will not appear if it fails. In the plot, the 3rd coffin of Orochimaru's summoning, there must be a cage-level strong man inside, just not sure which one. It is most likely 4th Kazekage, and there is also a certain probability that it is 4th Mizukage. It is impossible for 3rd generation to sit idly by and watch Orochimaru's summoning succeed. It is very likely that it interrupted the 3rd coffin like in the plot. Naruto secretly thought. The Sand Shinobi who is still in the 4 purple flame formation probably became a sacrifice material. So, who will this 3rd be? Huh? This is it. Suddenly discovering that the life responses of Hinata and Hanabi were moving rapidly, Naruto squinted his eyes, leaving a shadow clone to look after him. He exploded at full speed, and went away in an instant. I didn't expect to be so lucky. I met these 2 members of the clan, and I didn't expect Sand Shinobi and Odashi to attack Konoha. It's cheaper for me, hehe. The Cloud Shinobi man was happy in his heart, but his face remained calm. Suddenly, thunder light filled the entire field of vision, and the whole body was soaked in thunder and lightning. The sense of numbness leads to the loss of connection between the consciousness and the body, as if separated by a thick membrane. The extremely terrifying chakra blows followed one after another. In slow motion. A fist that surged with electricity and was wrapped in red chakra hit his left face with a punch. This punch was too powerful. In addition, his body was paralyzed by the lightning-style chakra, and he lost his chance. He couldn't react at all, and he didn't take any precautions. The head of the Cloud Shinobi man was directly blown off. Like a watermelon hit with a baseball bat. 9 Tails chakra turned into a big hand, protecting the sack very well, untied it, and saw that the sisters who had turned into afro heads were awakened from a coma by electric shock. Ming Ming Ming. Naruto. Man. June. Brother, husband, sister. 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 The mouth is numb and can't be controlled. Naruto. In order to be sure and prevent accidents from happening, he implemented a one-hit kill. Try to control most of the lightning-style chakra to guide the Cloud Shinobi man, and the small part of lightning-style chakra that is spilled out can only be said to be an accidental injury. It doesn't matter, just numb for a while. You didn't stay at home? How could you be captured? Don't tell me, you 2 sneaked out privately. Naruto said. Hinata lowered her head in embarrassment, not daring to look at Naruto. Hanabi trembled, and stammered, no, look, I want to see you, sister-in-law, you, brother-in-law, for so long, have you finished the comparison? No. We just came out, who knows, we'll encounter such a thing. Chapter 78. No caged bird eyes. What did you say? Hurry up. Those white eyes can be used after digging them out. There are actually 2 pairs, those are the sisters of the Hyuga clan. Naruto embraced Hinata with his left hand and Hanabi with his right hand, and went straight to Hyuga's house. On the way, he was inevitably seen by interested people, followed, and the pursuit came. In this regard, Naruto responded calmly and broke out 9 Tails chakra, a thick chakra coat covering Hinata and Hanabi together. Shuriken, Kunao, Senbon, Ninja Sword, Ninjutsu, all incoming attacks were blocked. The 9 Tails chakra, which moves according to the heart, turns into a big hand, then clenches it into a fist, and smashes it down with all its strength. Even the ground is as fragile as tofu, let alone a ninja. Basically if it rubs against a little edge, it will either die or be injured. Accompanied by more than a dozen shadow clones, escorting them. It's amazing, said Hanabi, the afro, with little stars shining in his eyes. I only know that my brother-in-law's chakra amount is terrifying, but I didn't expect that even the combat power is so high. It seems that I put a lot of water in the usual sparring. It's so warm. Afro Hinata, feeling at ease. There is no better experience than being protected by someone you like. If there is, it must be when you and the other side fight side by side. It's not about being protected unilaterally, but about helping each other. Keep up the good work. You are the best, and you can achieve it. Accompanied by Hineda's will, or wish, belief, more and more intense. In the deepest part, standing still, Hamura Chakra, who had calmed down after the last rhythm, made waves again. Sealed space. Nine Tails closed his eyes and fell asleep, not worried about anything happening to Naruto, suddenly opened his eyes. This feeling, my chakra, is being absorbed. Tell Naruto about it. Naruto subconsciously glanced at Hinata. It is impossible to have such anomalies for no reason. What condition is triggered by Hinata? Evoked the Hamura Chakra? That being the case, it is not easy to interrupt now. Give Hinata enough time to absorb more Nine Tails Chakra. Thinking about it, Naruto turned around and no longer went to Hyuga's house, but first eliminated the chasing ninja, and then said, "Do me a favor, look for different ninjas from the forward protector with your blank eyes, they are enemies, or guys who fish in troubled waters and take advantage of the fire." "Yes, yes, yes. I'm coming." Hanabi regained her spirits, rolling her eyes immediately. "Me, I'll come too." Hinata said hastily, also rolling her eyes. "Still absorbing?" Naruto asked Nine Tails. Nine Tails nodded. "What do you know?" "Not sure, but being able to absorb your chakra is definitely not a bad thing. After all, your chakra is a treasure." Naruto said. "Ha, you are telling the truth. In terms of the quality and quantity of chakra, no one can compare to me." Nine Tails said to himself. "Oh? What about first Hokage, Senjo Hashirama?" Naruto. Nine Tails. In order for Hinata to absorb more Nine Tails chakra, Naruto ran around with the two sisters, killing Sand Shinobi and Odanin. When encountering Konoha shinobi residents and villagers who are in danger of life and need help urgently, in order to set a good example for the young Hanabi, Naruto reached out with a stiff face. After such a circle, he has gained a lot of reputation. At least those who have been helped by him will not point and make irresponsible remarks in the future. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. Naruto jumped onto the roof, and saw Toad Buntad, who was similar in size to a tailed beast, and Man Snake, who was the same size, appeared at the end of his sight. The two sides fought hard. Without Naruto's instructions, Shadow Clone used chakra perception, and then actively disarmed himself, allowing him to know the specific situation. The life reaction of the third generation, the chakra reaction, disappeared. Also disappearing are two impure world reincarnations. "Can you see it? Over there, what's going on?" Naruto asked. "Too far away to see." Hanabi shook his head. Hinata was also about to shake her head, when she belatedly realized that the visual distance of her white eyes still seemed to be able to expand. "Try it." Sure enough. While feeling very puzzled, Hinata cast all his strength. "Well, two gangs are fighting, we Konoha, the opponent is Sand Shinobi, Odanin, ah. That is Hokage-sama." Seeing the dead third Hokage, Hinata was too shocked to speak. "Is there anyone on that big snake? How many? What is it like? Describe it to me." Naruto said. "Oh." Hinata stammered, "Yes, there is a person lying on the snake's head. His legs seem to be necrotic. Standing beside her is a red-haired woman who looks strange, with cracks on her skin and dead eyes." The red-haired woman, could it be? Naruto gritted his teeth. Hearing Hinata describe the woman's appearance again, he realized that it was not Kushina, but Uzumaki Mito, the wife of first-generation Hashirama. It's not Uzumaki Mito who died, too old to get out of bed, but Uzumaki Mito when he was young. What's going on with the impure world reincarnation? It's stuck. Why some people are young, some people are old, or is this age controllable by the caster? Because of Uzumaki Mito, Orochimaru was blocked from both hands to legs. Naruto pondered. Ask. Orochimaru with his hands removed. Orochimaru with his legs removed. Which is stronger? It must be that Orochimaru, who has lost his legs, is stronger. Orochimaru transformed his own body and turned into a snake. He can crawl like a snake without legs, and his speed may not be much slower. As long as the hands are still there and ninjutsu can be used normally, the gap will not be too big. It's just one more Sand Shinobi sacrifice, and there is such a big change. Naruto remained silent. The battle situation took a turn for the worse after Jiraiya entered Sage mode. Orochimaru was no match for the power of Senjutsu. The undead impure world reincarnation can be targeted by the sealing technique. Coupled with the assistance of Kakashi, Might Guy, and other elite jonin, Orochimaru's side is showing signs of decline. The general direction is that the outcome has been decided, and only a small number of Sand Shinobi who don't know, Yinrin, are still burning, killing and destroying. It wasn't until the sun went down that the Konoha collapse plan led by Orochimaru came to an end. On the shadow rock of third generation, Naruto sat in a daze. Seeing that the sun had completely set, he breathed a sigh of relief, took out the small bottle of wine, unscrewed it, drank half of it himself, and poured the other half on the shadow rock. I lit another cigarette, didn't smoke it, and let it burn out by itself. Master and apprentice kill each other, we should take it as a warning, to prevent being backstabbed by the apprentice in the future, I will never accept an apprentice. Naruto thought subconsciously. He closed his eyes and observed 20 minutes of silence. He got up, wiped off the dust on his pants, jumped down, and disappeared into the night in a few flashes. Jiraiya then appeared, sat where Naruto was just now, and said with self-mockery, I missed it again, I really have failed enough. Chapter 79. Konoha Village West. A very secluded, lifeless small house. Outside the window, there was a person half kneeling, lowering his head and narrating the major events that happened in the village. Wearing an animal mask and Umbu's unique attire, he looks like Umbu in appearance, but he is not Umbu. Or, not in a general sense, Umbu directly under Hokage. But another force in Konoha village. Root. Deprived of power by the third generation, Danzo, who can only stay at home for the elderly, slowly opened his left eye, and the right eye covered by the bandage also trembled. Nine Tails Jinchuriki, collect all the information related to him. Danzo said hoarsely. Once the third generation dies, he will have another chance to make a comeback. He can regain the power he lost, and he is expected to ascend to the position of Hokage. And the whole Konoha, the most precious and important power, has three kinds. Wood style. Sharingan. Nine Tails. He has already mastered two of them, and he is short of the last one. Nine Tails alone is enough to tempt him, not to mention, as Jinchuriki's Naruto, he also has the power of wood style. Soon, the former Root organization's old department was summoned to do its best to carry out Danzo's order and put as much information on the table as possible. The 5 chakra attributes. Different from Tianzang's wood style, in terms of performance, it is more active and full of vitality. It has been able to use the power of Nine Tails so perfectly. Speed, nerve response, excellent beyond imagination, even if Orochimaru is attacking with all his strength, he can react and evade it, he is Minato's child after all. After reading the strength part, Danzo was so satisfied that he couldn't be more satisfied, and then saw the relationship part. Hyuga Hinata, Hyuga Hanabi, they are both sex, so don't act rashly. Uchiha Sasuke, with Itachi around, don't touch him until Itachi dies. Ino Sakura, Flying Thunder God. It's not the same, Yamashiro Aoba and Shiranui Genma's half-baked ones are flying thunder gods that can be used independently. Danzo widened his eyes, raised his head, and said, I want Ino Sakura's information. Everything. Naruto's information is not easy to collect, and the process took some time, but the little Sakura didn't have so many obstacles at all, and it was easy to get it. Extremely intelligent mind, known to have mastered Chunin and above knowledge by self-taught. Memory, comprehension, learning ability, very good. Strength, chakra control, excellent, illusion talent is excellent, the disadvantage is that the amount of chakra is small. Danzo tapped his fingers, eyes closed in thought. With Jiraiya here, I can't be in charge, let alone Nine Tails. With Jiraiya's usual style, rushing around for that ridiculous, so-called son of prophecy, he can't succeed Hokage, and it is very likely that he will be pushed to others. Tsunade, it's probably her. I also know that she is on the side of Jiraiya and will not agree with my proposition. In this case, if I want to intervene and interfere with Nine Tails, I have to find another way. Picking up little Sakura's ninja file and looking at her, Danzo murmured, we've been together since ninja school, and we lived together for a while, we can be said to be best friends. I also have very considerable talents. With a little investment of resources, I can harvest a top powerhouse. For the issue of loyalty, use distinguished heavenly gods. Her aptitude is worthy of me using distinguished heavenly gods to subdue her. It's a pity that Jinchuriki has the help of a tailed beast. Illusions have a certain failure rate. Distinguished heavenly gods are so important, so it's not easy to try them. It would be too wasteful. Otherwise, you don't need to go through such trouble, you can directly control Nine Tails Jinchuriki, saving time, effort, and worry. Civilian born, very talented, I missed Orochimaru, Minato, this time, I won't let it go. Danzo stopped tapping his fingers, and ordered. Ino Sakura, bring her to see me, prevent Jiraiya from doing bad things, wait until he leaves, keep it secret, don't let anyone see it. In addition, she will be Flying Thunder God. To prevent her from flying away, she must wring off her hands immediately to prevent her from forming seals. It's not long after I learned it. It's amazing enough to be able to use it with one hand, and it's absolutely impossible to reach the level of using it without a seal. A group of subordinates standing quietly outside the house knelt on the ground uniformly, yes. A few days passed by in a flash. After third generation was buried, there was a collective mourning. Konoha urgently needed someone who could convince the public to stand up and take up the burden of Hokage to succeed fifth generation. 2 consultants approached Jiraiya. Jiraiya went to Naruto again. Without further ado, choosing a day is worse than hitting the day, so I decided to set off on the same day. Leaf door. Brother-in-law, you have to come back quickly, my sister and I will miss you, remember to buy gifts. Hanabi said. Hinata's white eyes, entering the second metamorphosis, was bedridden with pain, and couldn't come to see him off. Okay. Naruto nodded. Looking for fifth Hokage, why are you going? Little Sakura said. Maybe you need me. Naruto didn't know what to say. Without third generation, Jiraiya is worried about leaving him alone in the village. There are too many issues involved here, which cannot be explained clearly in a few words. Little Sakura looked at Naruto. He hesitated to speak. What's wrong? Is there anything you want to tell me? Naruto wondered. Let's talk about it when you come back. Little Sakura took a deep breath and shook her head. Kakashi, Jiraiya, Hanabi, branch housemaid, how could she speak with so many people present? Most of all, she herself was afraid of hearing such an answer of refusal. Before the answer is revealed, there is half success and half failure. Once revealed, there is no going back. Naruto did not doubt that he was there, and said goodbye to everyone one by one, and then left with Jiraiya, embarking on the journey to find Tsunade and succeed the fifth generation. By the way, Sasuke didn't come because he didn't want to waste any time and was desperately practicing and exercising. Going so suddenly. So, you haven't confessed yet? Ino said. The little Sakura said helplessly, is there any way, Master Hokage sacrificed, under such circumstances, how dare I confess my love? I was planning to wait a few days. After this matter is over, I will find a chance to confess my love. It will take at least a month for him to leave. What's the matter, Flying Thunder God, it's gone in a blink of an eye. Ino said. Little Sakura didn't say anything. Are you afraid of failure? Ino guessed. Little Sakura nodded. Into the night. Little Sakura who changed into pajamas after taking a bath. After reading the book for a while, I practiced Flying Thunder God. Until I was exhausted and couldn't extract the amount of chakra for one Flying Thunder God, I lay on my back on the bed, ready to fall asleep. And at this moment, the three ninjas who were hiding under the bed, in the closet, and on the ceiling suddenly exploded. One person is responsible for knocking out little Sakura. The other two, one left and one right, were responsible for wringing off little Sakura's left and right hands. Chapter 80. It hurts. Awakening of consciousness. The severe pain made little Sakura instantly sober. There are thousands of piercings on the palms and arms, which can accurately penetrate the chakra meridian. If the chakra can't pass through, you can't use ninjutsu, which is similar to abolishing your hands. The sealing technique composed of obscure tadpole scripts wrapped around the body, confining the body, as if nailed in a coffin, unable to move. Are you awake? Look into my eyes. Danzo unwrapped the bandages. In the crimson right eye, within it, 3 hooked jades rotate quickly and join together to form a complete pattern. In the darkness, I couldn't see anything around, only Danzo's place was illuminated. Almost subconsciously, little Sakura heard the sound and looked. Allegiance to me, Danzo said. Distinguished heavenly gods, activate. The double consumption of pupil power and chakra, blood flowed from the eyes. Little Sakura was sluggish. Waited for a while. I am Shimura Danzo. Danzo said. From now on, your code name is 9, and your goal is to gain the trust of Nine Tails Jinchuriki one step closer and pull him to our side. Of course, don't act too hastily, you won't be able to eat hot tofu in a hurry. One of your weaknesses is your nervous reaction. It's too slow to exert the power of Flying Thunder God. This is the ninja method that reaches level A, nervous system rupture. It can generate stimuli that affect the bioelectricity of the nerve. Using it on others is to interfere with the nervous system's control of the body, and using it on yourself can greatly improve your nervous response. Your other weakness, the lack of chakra, has 2 solutions. One is to implant Hashirama cells, and the other is to become Jinchuriki. The former is too risky. There is a high probability that you will not be able to hold on and will die. In the case of the latter, the only known wild-tailed beasts are 3 tails. I will send people to search for them, and then. After raising wood-style Tianzang for so long, he became a white-eyed wolf and was cut off by the 3rd generation. Having encountered such a good seedling as little Sakura, Danzo will naturally not repeat the same mistakes. First use distinguished heavenly gods to control it, and then cultivate it with all its strength. In this way, as long as he is there. As long as he is alive. Little Sakura would never betray. It feels like it doesn't matter if there are 9 tails Jinchuriki or not. Danzo thought to himself. I already have me, why do I need its chakra? Obviously there is already me, why? After tossing and turning, unable to fall asleep, I heard Nine Tails chanting again. Naruto collapsed, and his consciousness entered the sealed space. Stop chanting, I have already said that I am useful. Humph. Nine Tails turned his face away. 1 tail is just rubbish. All the tail beasts combined are not enough for me to fight. Are you useful? What's the use? You already have me, but you're still not satisfied. Didn't I say that? I want to become very strong, invincible, and terrifying enemies will appear in the future. Naruto said. In order to prevent you from sacrificing yourself, I have to strive for all possibilities to become stronger. Sacrificing me? Who wants to sacrifice? You are the only one talking. Nine Tails slammed on the iron door. No. I don't want to. Throw away the one-tail guy's chakra, you already have me, you can't use another tail beast's chakra. Naruto. Before leaving, please ask Jiraiya to help seal a little one-tail chakra in the scroll, so that you can sign in later. This is a good thing. I never thought that it would irritate Nine Tails. It has been making trouble since yesterday, and it has been making trouble until now. It doesn't work, and it doesn't work no matter how I explain it. As expected, I didn't sleep well tonight. The next day, Jiraiya went out to collect materials. Naruto stayed in the hotel to exercise, while communicating and exchanging with the wayward Nine Tails. To put it bluntly, Nine Tails just refused, and even rolled. Naruto. Knock knock knock. There was a knock on the door. Who is it? Naruto said casually. Water delivery, Hokage Kisame said. Naruto. I was so troubled by the Nine Tails incident, I almost forgot about this episode. Send water? I didn't ask for water. And Naruto went to open the door, saw Hokage Kisame and Uchiha Itachi standing outside the door, and suddenly changed his face. This costume? You are the Xiao that master said. The status of master and apprentice has been determined as early as in the village. As for whether Jiraiya has said Akatsuki, it is impossible for Itachi and Kisame to go to Jiraiya to confirm it anyway, and he can say whatever he wants. Run! This Naruto yelled loudly, voluntarily disarming himself. The other Naruto who was drinking water in the room changed his face and jumped out of the window without thinking. Seeing this, Itachi said, chase. After both chased them out, Naruto, the main body, crawled out from under the bed, opened the backpack, rummaged through to find the women's clothing inside, and with unusually skilled movements. Put on. Transformation technique requires chakra to maintain, Sharingan can see through chakra, and cannot fool Itachi. Switch into real women's clothes, without chakra's reaction, no one can find out that I am a boy except for the perspective of white eyes. That's it. It's not that I like to wear women's clothing. It's because the situation forces me to wear it. With that in mind, Naruto, dressed up, pushed the door and walked out, mingling in the crowd, looking like an ordinary passerby girl shopping. After catching up with Shadow Clone and realizing that Itachi had been cheated, the two of Kisame returned. How? Kisame asked. Lack of perception, I can't find it. Itachi shook his head. Then what should I do? I managed to lure away the legendary Sunin, the same trick may not work again. Kisame said. The success rate of snatching people from Sunin's hand is not high. Itachi said, try once is enough, if you try again, maybe one of us will die. Not long after, Jiraiya came back with an unconscious woman on his shoulders. No way, this is being taken away? It shouldn't be, with Naruto's strength, no matter how much he can make waves, this. Jiraiya had a bad feeling and regretted it. Naruto should have signed the summoning blood pact with Mount Myoboku earlier. In that way, no matter where Naruto is captured, he can rely on the reverse summoning technique unique to the three great fairy lands to successfully retrieve him. Right now. Suddenly, sensing someone approaching, Jiraiya looked sideways and saw that the person who came was an employee of the hotel. The other party came closer, said sorry, and patted Jiraiya 3 times hesitantly. Why did you hit me? Jiraiya was stunned. The employee laughed awkwardly and faltered. I asked him to call. Naruto jumped out, please, come on, this is the final payment, 200 taels, take it for a good meal. The employee took the money with a sigh of relief, nodded and bowed and resigned. Transformation technique, can't stand bumps, otherwise, how can I be sure it's you? Naruto explained. If it was those 2 people who used the transformation technique to disguise themselves, then wouldn't that mean I've thrown myself into a trap? Seeing the women's clothing Naruto, Jiraiya's eyes lit up, it's cute. It's just a pity that the voice is a bit, don't speak in a male voice. If you grow up a few years, it will be more perfect. Isn't that simple? Naruto closed his seal. Chapter 81. Konoha Village. Harano's house. Little Sakura who was sent back at 4 a.m. Intact. She didn't make any noise, let alone act rashly. Instead, she did morning exercises and had breakfast at that time as usual. Then I went out to find Kakashi, and the news I got was that Kakashi was hospitalized, unconscious, and suffered severe mental trauma. Unknown reason. Needless to say, Sasuke is practicing like a madman. Sasuke's strength and status cannot be counted on, Kakashi is like this, and the other Jonin are not familiar. After thinking about it, little Sakura went to Ino. Yo, little Sakura, good morning, you don't look well, what's the matter? Ino said. There are too many things on my mind, I failed to confess successfully, and I couldn't fall asleep. Little Sakura said, sighed and moved a stool to sit next to Ino, chatting with each other. Quietly, little Sakura's hand climbed onto Ino's waist from behind. Ino's body froze, subconsciously looked at little Sakura, and saw little Sakura's face was normal. Soon, Ino realized something. Little Sakura's hand, is this writing? Talking about food-related topics on the mouth, but writing in such a secret way on the hand, what does it mean? While maintaining the topical chat with little Sakura, Ino was distracted by the words written by little Sakura. Shimura Danzo. Help me. Keep it quiet, keep it secret, from anyone. Be careful. I need information on this person. Ino took the little Sakura's hand, and also secretly drew a question mark in the palm of his hand. Little Sakura shook her head, her eyes were flickering on and off. Near noon, little Sakura wanted to go home for dinner, said goodbye and left. Watching the little Sakura's back disappearing from sight, Ino's heart was not as calm as she showed on her face. Problem occurs. Little Sakura must be in a big trouble, dare not even say it, or can't. Who is Shimura Danzo? Ino mused. That night, Ino came to Harano's house alone. In perception, there is no outsider in this family, but for the sake of insurance, Ino didn't say it directly. The ninja's methods are weird and unpredictable. Monitors, bugs, these routine things will not be mentioned. The most difficult thing to guard against is the ninja method used for peeping. It could be cockroaches, it could be spiders, ants, mosquitoes. In the bathroom, the two women sitting in the bathtub, on the surface, were chatting about irrelevant topics, and their hands hidden in the water were riding on each other's legs. The water full of bubbles obstructs the line of sight to the greatest extent, which can effectively prevent peeping ninjutsu. It's okay to sleep in bed at night, but that's not safe. After all, the movements of the hands are too obvious and frequent, which makes people suspicious. Whether there is anyone peeping, let's not talk about it, our own defense measures must not be ignored. Tell me honestly, what happened to you? Ino. There is a result, what is it? Little Sakura. I asked my dad when there were no outsiders, and he reacted greatly, asking me how I knew this name. Ino. I lied about overhearing Jonin's conversation in Beacon, and prevaricated. The Chunin exam is over, but the aftermath of the Konoha crash is not over yet. Those who did not participate in the attack can leave on their own. Sand Shinobi and Odanin don't want to retreat easily. There are some other villages where Jonin cares about the future development, so they stay here specially. Ino's reason is still reasonable. My dad didn't tell me too much, he just told me seriously not to mention this person's name again. Ino. Although I didn't say much, just my dad's performance can already explain the problem. This person is a taboo in the village. Little Sakura. So, tell me, what happened to you? Ino. Little Sakura shook her head, her emerald green eyes gradually becoming moist. Ino hugged little Sakura into his arms without hesitation, and whispered in her ear, broad forehead, don't forget, I am a big sister, I will protect you, and I will never leave you alone. Under Ino's repeated urging, the little Sakura, who was already feeling the pressure and was out of breath, told Ino truthfully how to write on her thigh with her fingers. While Ino was shocked, he forced himself to calm down and write. Is the target Naruto? It's not good news for such a dangerous person to target Naruto. However, you yourself said that you were controlled and could not resist Shimura Danzo. It stands to reason that your heart should be towards him. Why? Why is your behavior so normal, as if out of control, you even want to investigate him and resist him? Little Sakura wrote, it is my other personality that is controlled. Another personality? What's the meaning? Ino made a quick question mark. I have a dual personality, Shimura Danzo, and he only controls my second personality. Little Sakura. Without my permission, Lee personality can't control her body, and, in order not to do anything that would harm Naruto, I discussed with Lee personality and let her fall into a deep sleep. When Shimura Danzo is resolved, the source is gone. The so-called control will be self-defeating. At that time, she will regain her sobriety. You want to kill Shimura Danzo? Ino. It must be killed. Little Sakura. Control me, play Naruto's idea, no matter which one, I can't tolerate it. If I didn't have a dual personality, would I still be me now? Just thinking about it, I wish I could cut him into pieces. Even my father, as a Jonin and the head of the clan, is so taboo and fearful. It is conceivable how terrifying Shimura Danzo is. Ino. I'm not against you killing him, I'm worried that you'll fold yourself into it. Little Sakura. To be honest, little Sakura is in a mess right now. While hating Danzo, she is at a loss and cannot organize effective thinking skills to think about countermeasures. In contrast, Ino, who was not the person involved, was much calmer. After thinking for a while, she had an idea. Didn't you say that he gave you a ninja method to make up for your lack of nervous response? Ino. Also say something to make you a Jinchuriki, to make up for the lack of chakra. According to the situation, he has taken a fancy to your talent and wants to cultivate you. You can use his plan and get a lot of resources from him to practice. Wait until one day, when you are sure, find a suitable opportunity, and lose him in the end. After sorting out the words written by Ino, the little Sakura was stunned, and then became more active. She was already extremely smart, so she continued to think about it and thought of more. He thought I was being controlled and was absolutely loyal to him. As long as I performed well enough, I might be able to climb up and become his successor. Needless to say, if there is such a little bit of posture, I will kill him immediately and inherit everything from him. The strong personal strength is unlikely to become a taboo. It is more likely that he has an organization and a power. At that time, taking over everything from him, I can do more things, such as, help Naruto become Hokage. Chapter 82. Then you must be careful, if Shimura Danzo finds out that you are not under control, you will be finished. Ino. I know. Little Sakura. Help Naruto, that's for the future. Before that, I have to survive first, and I have to get rid of this biggest threat. Before, the ninja technique Naruto gave you, Flying Thunder God, I couldn't learn it. Spiritualization technique is very similar to my family's secret. Ino. I'm mentally leaving the body, and spiritualization is the soul leaving the body. As the main soul killer, it is an S-level advanced ninja technique. Wait a minute, give me the spiritualization technique. I will learn it as soon as possible. Once I master this, I can help you. Ino. Little Sakura said. I said, I won't leave you behind. Ino smiled brightly. Oh. Nosebleeds spurted wildly, and Jiraiya screamed with excitement, Genius! Genius! Naruto! How did you come up with such an interesting and powerful technique? It is to combine shadow clone and transformation technique. Naruto said. To put it simply, why didn't I think of it? It feels like I missed a lot in the past. Jiraiya slapped his forehead and said angrily. It's okay, it's been almost 6 hours, you've had so many nosebleeds, and your face has become a little pale. Naruto said. It's okay, I already have the awareness to dedicate myself to art, this nosebleed is nothing, hurry up. Come again. Jiraiya sniffed and said impatiently. I'm very tired, let's change this, I can't repeat it, it's super brain burning. Naruto said. It doesn't matter if you repeat it, as long as it's a beautiful woman, I'll take it all. Jiraiya said. No change, I haven't had dinner yet. Naruto said. Eat one less meal and stay hungry. Jiraiya muttered, saying so, he still accompanied Naruto to finish dinner first. After the meal, Naruto changed a few girls appropriately, whetted Jiraiya's appetite, and proposed to take a bath and go to bed. You don't usually go to bed so early. Jiraiya protested, I want a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman. A beautiful woman in a thong. Naruto ignored him, went to take a shower by himself, lay down on the bed and fell asleep. In fact, he was chatting with Nine Tails in the sealed space. He found that Nine Tails had a simple mind and was easily distracted from the topic. Talk more about the past, the glorious years belonging to Nine Tails, so that it can no longer hold on to one tail chakra. Jiraiya. If it doesn't change, it won't change. It's not that I don't know transformation technique. It's up to me to change. Looking for a floor-to-ceiling mirror, Jiraiya thought about it and got the seal of transformation technique. The smoke cleared. What appeared in the mirror was a woman with a height of 1.9 meters, a thick build, a rough face, and a square face. The most unbearable thing to look at is the lush black hair on the legs. Jiraiya. Unwilling to give up, he changed several times, either because of the wrong body proportions, or because of this face, which is hard to describe, and the skin is also a problem. What makes Jiraiya gag even more is the bust that is even more exaggerated than Tsunade. Fortunately, he has seen countless beauties, and in the end, Jiraiya got what he wanted and transformed into a beauties that met his requirements. It's just how to put it, transforming yourself, seeing it by yourself, there is no such exciting feeling. Good looking is very good looking, but there is no call. Stupid me, like Naruto, it would be better to use Shadow Clone to transform. Jiraiya was dumbfounded. The next day, the two continued on the road. Master, what's the matter with your dark circles? Didn't you sleep well? Naruto said. Well, I had a nightmare. Jiraiya said absently. Nightmare? Naruto wondered. Let Shadow Clone transform last night, cooperate with the material collection, the process is very smooth, even he can't help it. After the Shadow Clone was lifted, the memory flowed back, and it was impossible to describe Jiraiya's mood at that time in words. I want to brainwash and delete this unbearable memory. The so-called nightmare is that I turned into a woman, and when I was done, I was given by a man. Don't think about it anymore, just forget about it. Jiraiya shook her head vigorously. Turning his head to look at Naruto walking upside down, wearing weights, thinking about what happened yesterday, he didn't hesitate much summoning the toad that kept the contract scroll of Mount Myoboku. Come on, press your fingerprint here, and sign next to it, with blood. Naruto obeyed. This is the seal of the summoning technique. There is no requirement for the direction of chakra. It can be refined normally. Jiraiya said. I remember. Naruto said. The one we contracted is Mount Myoboku, which is famous in the ninja world, and according to legend, one of the 3 great immortal lands. Jiraiya said. There are a large number of toads there, each of which is good at aspects, such as wind style, fire style, water style, as well as knife skills, defense, sealing, and illusion. When you are free, you can go there to have a look and get acquainted with everyone. Summoning Beast is the best partner of a ninja. If used well, it can have miraculous effects. Naruto nodded. Other things are not important. Mount Myoboku is a place to practice immortal arts. It is enough to know that. Jiraiya, who doesn't know where Tsunade is, can only walk all the way and ask all the way. Naruto is still the same. The body concentrates on training, and occasionally hits the first 2 gates and 8 gates. The group of shadow clone who stayed in the back mountain of Konoha, smashed Chakra's nature transformation, and now it is the wind. The theoretical knowledge related to Linghua, the 5 shadow clones, and the division of labor and cooperation, have been memorized, and the rest is practice. With Xianshu in front of him, Linghua can be put aside. After signing the summoning blood pact of Mount Myoboku, Naruto will go to Mount Myoboku every day. The good name is to familiarize yourself with the environment and find trustworthy and reliable toad partners, but in fact it is to what are these toad statues? The ancestors enshrined in Mount Myoboku. Naruto pretended not to understand, pointing to the area where the seniors who had failed in the practice of immortality, were assimilated by nature, and turned into toad statues, said curiously. Jiraiya came along for the first time and introduced a few toads who had a good relationship. After that, Naruto came by himself. Our ancestors did not turn into stone statues, said Gameiji. That was the human being who practiced immortality, failed to grasp the balance and speed, was swallowed by natural energy, and assimilated. What did you say? It's a human being. Naruto pretended to be shocked, and then said with a blank face, and the fairy art you mentioned, what is it? Xianshu is just Xianshu, what else can it be, said Heimeji. To be more specific, it feels amazing, and it looks amazing. Naruto smiled. He grabbed a few bugs at random, tore off the wings and legs, and brought them to the mouth of the small Heimeji. Come, treat you to a big meal. Oh, since you've asked the question so sincerely, then I'll Swallowing and chewing on the delicious worms, Todichi said vaguely. Be patient and answer your questions. Thank you. Naruto smiled. Chapter 83. Mount Myoboku. As the smoke dissipated, Jiraiya, who was sitting on the ground with 2 lipstick marks on her face, said in a daze, What's wrong, you called me suddenly. Of course it's because of little Naruto. Fukazaku sage, who is small in size but possesses powerful sensu chakra, explained the reason. What? Naruto, he wants to learn fairy art. Jiraiya was dumbfounded. As far as the basic conditions for practicing immortal arts are concerned, he has them perfectly. Fukazaku said. An unusually large amount of chakra, good chakra control, I think he can practice, now it's up to you. After all, he is your disciple. According to the prophecy, he may be the son of the prophecy. Son of prophecy. Jiraiya's mouth twitched. I used to think that Nagato was the son of prophecy, cultivated carefully, and then Nagato died. He also felt that Minato was the son of prophecy, so he believed it, and died with Minato. Hard tired. Is this son of prophecy some kind of ominous curse? Whoever puts it on will die. It doesn't matter if he is the son of prophecy, as long as he lives safely, I will be satisfied. Wiping off the lipstick marks on his face, smelling of alcohol, he found Naruto who was squatting by the toad oil pond, chatting with the little toad. Jiraiya said, Naruto, have you really decided to learn fairy art? This is not a joke. If you are not careful, you will be assimilated by nature. There is no way to gain power without paying a price. I am mentally prepared to die. Naruto said. Immortal art, the power of using natural energy, must be mastered. Without it, it may not be possible to fight 6 Paths Madara and seal Kaguya in the future. Even if these 2 hurdles are passed smoothly, there will be stronger and more powerful aliens coming. The more strength, the more confidence. Instead of being killed by the enemy in the future because of lack of this power, he might as well try his best. Anyway, the result is death. If you fight hard, there is still the possibility of a counterattack. You should think about it. If you die, you will have nothing. Your dream of becoming a Hokage will be terminated immediately. Jiraiya said. Our dream is to be invincible, to marry Hinata, to have a honeymoon, not to be a Hokage, Naruto thought, shaking his head. Because of my dream, I want to practice fairy art even more. If I don't have enough power, how can I achieve my dream? Jiraiya was moved. He never thought that Naruto's wish to become Hokage was so strong, even if he knew he might die, he insisted on it. All that needs to be said has been said, seeing that Naruto has made up his mind, Jiraiya swallowed the words and nodded silently. Then from today onwards, I will guide you in practicing immortal arts. Immortal Fukazaku said. Please advise. Naruto said. Sealed space. Naruto, are you underestimating my strength? Nine Tails asked depressedly. This is one tail chakra again, and it's from immortal art. Is my power so untrustworthy and insecure? Conscious body Naruto pointed to Nine Tails, then pointed to the iron gate, if you are really invincible, you won't be sealed in my body. Nine Tails. This cannot be refuted. I've said it many times, no matter how many times I repeat it, I still have to say it. Naruto said. I like you very much, and I will never let you sacrifice yourself because of my powerlessness. If you want to die, die together. Outside world. Immortal Fukazaku first explained the concept of fairy art, and then said, the first step in learning fairy art is to control the natural energy absorbed into the body with the help of toad oil. Spiritual energy, physical energy, natural energy, 3 to 3 to 3, the deviation of the ratio, the lower the better. The second step is to cancel the assistance of toad oil, and complete the steps of sensing natural energy and absorbing natural energy by yourself. To do this, your mind and body must remain still, that is, not move. The remaining third step, the last step, is to use the magic chakra in the body to influence and use the natural energy outside the body to achieve offense and defense. No matter how much you say, why don't you come and try it yourself? If you are ready, let's start. Naruto nodded, followed the instructions of Senseiku-sensei, took off his coat, and applied toad oil. All of a sudden, the empty space where there was no feeling before was filled with boundless energy. This energy is everywhere, both in terms of quality and quantity, it is extremely terrifying. Now try to integrate the magic chakra, remember the ratio I said, you. In the middle of what Fukazaku Sento said, Naruto's body suddenly swelled up and turned into a half-frog. Sensei Fukazaku hastily waved his black stick at Naruto. With a bang, Naruto flew out. It hurts? Naruto couldn't help but said. The pain was super painful, but thanks to this stick, he was not assimilated by nature. I don't know what kind of material that pitch black stick is, and it can push the natural energy in the body out of the body. It's not just refining chakra, you have to incorporate natural energy into it. Fukazaku-sensei said. It is difficult for the natural energy to enter the chakra that has already been formed. It must be in the initial stage of refining, so that it can be easily integrated. Pay attention to the good proportions. Come again. Apply toad oil. Breathe in natural energy. Get a stick from Shenzuo Immortal. Over and over again, over and over again. This scene brought back painful memories of Jiraiya's past, his eyelids twitched, he confirmed that there was Fukazaku-sensei to take care of him, everything would be fine, he said goodbye, and left in a hurry. Time passed extremely slowly, especially for Naruto who was beaten unilaterally. The stick does not hurt, what hurts is the process of natural energy being forced out of the body, shaking the whole body, viscera, bones and muscles, there is no place where there is no pain. Sealed space. The Nine Tails flicked back and forth unconsciously. Seeing Naruto in pain, Nine Tails wants to help, but doesn't know how. Suddenly, with a flash of inspiration, it thought of something, imitated the appearance of a human, sat cross-legged and closed its eyes to sense. Moment. This damn seal restricts my perception of the outside world. Nine Tails opened his eyes and said angrily, it took me a while to absorb such a little natural energy. However, it is enough to meet Naruto's needs. Not enough, it can continue to absorb. When there is nothing to do, absorb more, store it in the body, and pass it on to Naruto when he needs it. Unfortunately, my chakra has been fixed from the beginning, it can only be absorbed, not integrated. Anyone who can use natural energy would not be so easily subdued by Uchiha Madara, suppressed by Senjo Hashirama, and sealed in Uzumaki Mito's body. It will not be sealed into Uzumaki Kushina's body. You won't meet Naruto either. Thinking of this, Nine Tails was taken aback, with a strange look on his face. It seems that natural energy is not used, and it is not all bad. Chapter 84. Or Mount Myoboku. Hearing that Naruto wants to use Shadow Clone to assist his cultivation, and knowing the role of Shadow Clone, Shenzuo Immortal shook his head. As I said, it is very difficult for natural energy to enter the chakra that has already been formed, unless you are proficient in the magic of chakra. Shadow Clone can't refine chakra on its own. The chakra it has is all from the beginning, and the chakra you assigned is the formed chakra. At least at this stage, as a beginner, it is difficult for you to do it. That's better than me alone. Naruto said, refining a large amount of chakra, and separated hundreds of shadow clone in one breath. The shadow clones lined up to smear toad oil, and then found a space to sit down when they were done. With the natural energy entering the body, trying to integrate, the result is naturally all failure. Naruto shook his head, suppressing the discomfort caused by a large amount of memory regurgitation, and continued to form seals, and densely packed shadow clone appeared again. The toad oil in the pool was falling at a speed visible to the naked eye. Shenzuo Immortal. Later, Naruto simply reserved a shadow clone. Ask Nine Tails to help, pass chakra to this shadow clone, and be responsible for using multiple shadow clones to restore the number when the number of shadow clones decreases. Naruto himself didn't just sit and wait, he also applied toad oil, asked Senseiku to take care of him, and began to practice. After counting and repeating 15 rounds, that is, about 15,000 shadow clone inputs, Naruto successfully mastered the balance of the fairy art chakra. Just like in the plot, it is perfect, only the eye shadows appear, plus the changes of the pupils. It can be said that the current Naruto has already mastered the celestial art and can use the power of the celestial being, but he cannot do without the toad oil. He can't sense natural energy by himself, he can't even sense it, let alone absorb it. He has to rely on the assistance of toad oil to enter sage mode. Relying on one's own induction and absorption is the most difficult part of fairy art, and it often has a lot to do with a person's character. Simple, single-minded, uncomplicated minds, and non-crazy people, the easier it is to practice, and the more perfect the sage mode you will get in the end. On the contrary, it is more difficult for people who are fickle, ADHD, and can't calm down. In the end, there are more or less flaws in sage mode. Immortal Fukazaku had a ghostly expression on his face. Is this the first step? It's full of calculations, not even an hour. Naruto stood up, moved his body, experienced the magic chakra which is different from ordinary chakra, and compared the difference between the two. The first is the quality, Zyonju chakra is more than 10 times higher than ordinary chakra. Then there is nature. Once ordinary chakra is refined, if not used as soon as possible, it will evaporate quickly and cannot be stored. As for the celestial art chakra, after successful refining, it will stay for a while, which is why sage art, the spiral shuriken, can be thrown out. Because the quality is more than 10 times higher than that of ordinary chakra, the power of ninjutsu released by Zyonju chakra is also doubled, and naturally, the same is true for taijutsu. Immortal art is undoubtedly powerful. Although there are some shortcomings, such as short maintenance time and slow entry time, but with a single leap, you can jump to a height of more than 30 meters. It is easy to lift a 2-story boulder with one hand. Experiencing this power, Naruto secretly said, as time goes by and my proficiency increases, one day, I will be able to enter sage mode in seconds like first generation Hashirama. At that point, sage mode will no longer have disadvantages. A few minutes later, the unused magic chakra in the body evaporates, and exits sage mode. Naruto came to Fukazaku Senjin, Grandpa Fukazaku, let's move on to the next stage now, what should we do? Immortal Fukazaku came back to his senses and said dryly. Look over there, do you see those tall sharp stones? There are boards underneath. You take a board and put it on the tip, and sit on the board yourself. In the case of maintaining balance, let the mind calm down and think about nothing. If you don't think about anything, why don't you just fall asleep? Naruto wondered. I can't fall asleep. Shenzuo Immortal explained, you will fall first and wake up from the pain. Naruto. Natural energy requires a very quiet mind and a still body to sense it. Said the Immortal Fukazaku. When you become proficient in the future, you will gradually get better. It is currently in the introductory stage. Come step by step, Really? Naruto said suddenly. What? Immortal Fukazaku was puzzled. Sealed space. Ninetales sat cross-legged, with an unfathomable expression on his face. Natural energy is something I don't even bother to look at, but you are keen to pursue it. Amazing. Naruto gave 2 thumbs up, then what? I have something to say, let's talk about it later, let me experience it first. Experience, of course there is no problem, but I have something to clarify. Ninetales said. I was sealed not because I was weak, but because you humans are too cunning to engage in sneak attacks. If I get serious, no one will be my opponent. Sneak attack. Naruto made a strange face. That's right, the strongest pupil power sneak attack, the strongest wood-style sneak attack. Ninetales said, and I don't understand it, it should be the sealing technique sneak attack related to the soul. Naruto. If you don't know the plot. He really wants to believe it. That's it. Naruto smirked and said, you are amazing, I underestimated you, I have no eyes, you are the strongest, the most powerful. Oh, it's good to know. Ninetales said indifferently, don't mention first generation Hashirama to me in the future, that is, he is dead. If he is still alive, you see, I won't smash him. 10 minutes passed. Outside world. Seeing Naruto standing still, eyes closed, Fukazaku Sage, who has been motionless for a long time, suddenly saw Naruto enter Sage mode. The fairy face representing Sage mode is presented in the form of eyeshadow. Fukazaku Immortal. Well, am I in a dream? Fukazaku Immortal muttered in doubt. What the hell is this? In less than an hour, I have mastered the refining of the fairy art chakra, and I can enter Sage mode without relying on toad oil. The legendary Sage of 6 Paths is not as easy as you. Really? That's great. Naruto cheered after stabilizing the natural energy in the body, perfectly merging with spiritual energy and physical energy to form the immortal chakra. Little Naruto. What's going on? How did you do it? Fukazaku Sento asked hastily. This record was broken by no one before, and it is estimated that no one can surpass it in the future. Actually, it's nothing, I just took a chance. Naruto smiled and said, thanks to a friend of mine for helping. A trick? Help from a friend. Fukazaku Sento not only didn't understand, but was even more confused. It doesn't know what kind of friends can help to practice fairy art, and what is the so-called trickery. After living for hundreds of years, this is the first time I heard that there is still a chance for immortality. Chapter 85. Declining the worm meal prepared by immortal Shima, Naruto patted his stomach to express that he was not hungry, and turned to the last step of immortal practice. Use the magic chakra in the body to affect the natural energy outside the body, generate resonance, and use the natural energy to defend against the enemy. Natural energy is invisible, intangible, and ubiquitous. While it is powerful, it is also hard to guard against. How do you defend against invisible attacks? When facing enemies who don't know magic arts and can't sense natural energy, this trick has a lot of advantages and takes the lead. There is a distance limit, which is a pity. Naruto secretly thought it was a pity when he learned that the range of action of the frog team was no more than half a meter away from himself. If it could be further away, he could be used as a round tomb prison. It's no wonder that Waq might is defined as taijutsu. At this distance, there is no way for you to pretend to be ninjutsu. This kind of practice that has nothing to do with the body and is completely related to the control of chakra, shadow clone can come in handy. It's coming. Can it work? Naruto nodded the seal of shadow clone multiple times. Don't underestimate me, what you should worry about is your body, don't be damaged by the natural energy I provide. Nine Tails said. In the blink of an eye, patches of fairy art shadow clone appeared with light smoke, each finding a suitable place to practice. The magic chakra of Naruto's main body was exhausted, and the natural energy absorbed by Nine Tails was immediately passed on. He sinks his heart to control his own spiritual energy and physical energy, perfectly integrates with these natural energies, and re-extracts a new fairy art chakra. I still have multiple shadow clone seals in my hand, so I continue to use them. Father, is it okay to go on like this? Immortals Hyuga said. Probably. Sensei Fukazaku hesitated. The shadow clone that little Naruto said is to gain additional practice experience, which is good for practice. There are benefits, but on this scale. No matter how good the tonic is, it will cause accidents if you take too much. Immortals Hyuga said. The two were still talking, and over there, shadow clone disappeared one after another. When the smoke completely dispersed, Naruto, who was the main body, fell to the ground. Fukazaku immortal. Oh. Something went wrong. Hyuga immortal yelled. A closer look reveals that Naruto's life is not in danger. Breathing, heartbeat and so on are all normal, just comatose. It turns out that this is a side effect. Seeing that he looks fine, I thought. Fukazaku immortal was speechless. By the way, there is such a useful auxiliary ninja technique, why didn't little Jiraiya use it at the beginning? There must be some difficulties. Immortals Hyuga shook his head. Quack, quack. A little toad jumped over, the great toad sage has woken up, and there is a prophecy. Open your eyes. The purpose of entering is the unfamiliar ceiling. My head. Naruto hugged his head and curled up into a ball. Idiot, who told you to cultivate, there is no limit. Nine Tails said, don't do this again in the future, if something goes wrong with your brain and you become an idiot, then. Getting out of bed to get water to drink, Naruto asked, how long have I been asleep? 4 or 5 hours. Nine Tails. Seeing the darkness outside the window, it was the dead of night, and seeing Jiraiya not far away, snoring loudly, Naruto lay back softly. He knew that his movement must have woken up Jiraiya. Since he didn't say anything, he thought he would wait until dawn. I'm already a fairy. Naruto said, thanks to you, without you, I wouldn't be able to go so fast, thank you. Nine Tails twitched its tail unnaturally, and changed the subject, speaking of which, after you fell into a coma, those toads mentioned a prophecy related to you. Oh? Prophecy. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Be careful of a dark person. Nine Tails said. Ah? What did you say? Naruto was stunned. Just this one sentence, be careful of a person who doesn't know the truth. Nine Tails said. Black is not autumn. Naruto frowned. Does this mean black Zetsu? What the hell, why be careful with black Zetsu? Thinking about it, Naruto narrowed his eyes. In direct relation to black Zetsu, all I can think of is Kaguya and, of course, Madara. Both of them have the power to destroy the world. It couldn't be black Zetsu itself. Black Zetsu's strength cannot be put on the table, except for the will of its Satsuki Kaguya, which has the immortality that even the truth-seeking ball can't obliterate. Black Zetsu doesn't have much redeeming quality. Specifically mentioned Black Zetsu, and said that I should be careful. Is it possible that Black Zetsu and I have a close relationship? Naruto quickly thought that he was going to wait for the cooling of the sign-in system to pass, and he was about to sign in to Sasuke to get Indra Chakra. Assuming he signs in as planned, what will he become? Indra Chakra, Ashura Chakra, channeled Yuyi Chakra. Then Yuyi Chakra joined forces with Hamura Chakra to guide Kaguya Chakra. It's not over yet. He was originally Nine Tails Jinchuriki. As we all know, Nine Tails is the tail beast that has the closest source to the 10 Tails sacred tree, Chakra. Following him, he plans to sign other tail beasts. In this way, Chakra with Kagaya Chakra and 9-tailed beasts in his body, is there a more perfect resurrection container than him? At that time, Black Zetsu only needs to say a heart-to-heart word to Naruto, the will of Kagaya will enter the body, and in an instant, Otsutsuki Kagaya will be revived. Naruto. Instead of worrying about Black Zetsu, he was thinking that signing Indra Chakra would not directly revive Kagaya. The predictions of the Great Toad Sage are still very reliable, and the facts have proved that they have all come true. If Indra Chakra will resurrect Kagaya, then the Great Toad Sage's prophecy should be to keep him away from Sasuke, not Black Zetsu. Look for a chance, seal Black Zetsu, and get rid of your worries. Naruto secretly thought. Do not. Wait a minute. His 6 paths Sage mode, Sasuke's 6 Guyurin Egan, are inseparable from Sage of 6 paths. Just say 6 paths Sage mode. According to the setting, this is an ability that cannot be learned. It is a skill that selects people, and its overall performance, especially in terms of reaction, surpasses 6 paths Madara's 6 paths immortal skill. Assuming there was no Kagaya, would Sage of 6 paths still exist? Certainly not. For thousands of years, life and death have been fought on the earth, but no Sage of 6 paths has come forward to stop it. Only when it was confirmed that 6 paths Madara would become the container for the mother's recovery, did the Sage of 6 paths appear as Naruto, and the soul passed on. It also gave the only yin force that can defeat Kagaya, yang force, the ultimate mystery that can be combined and launched, 6 paths, planetary devastation. So, Black Zetsu, I can't touch it yet. Naruto raised his forehead. Without Black Zetsu, there would be no Kagaya. Without Kagaya, there would be no Sage of 6 paths. Without the Sage of 6 paths, where can he get the 6 paths Sage mode that he has been thinking about? Compared to these, how long is the cooldown of the system sign-in? It's almost a quarter. Chapter 86. You really learned fairy art. This is Jiraiya, the first question I wake up in the morning. It's not that I don't believe it, it's so unbelievable, you can use it and let me see. Jiraiya said. Naruto spit out the mouthwash and washed his face again. In the process, the eyeshadow representing Sage mode slowly appeared. Jiraiya. No. You just entered so casually. You don't need to meditate, you don't need to make a special seal, and you can assist in the condensed magic chakra. Jiraiya opened his mouth wide. The most exaggerated thing is that it's so perfect. On my own, I don't know how long it will take to do it. Naruto said, my heart is actually quite chaotic, and it's not easy to calm down. So, the friend you're talking about is 9 Tails. Jiraiya grimaced. Well, we're best friends. Naruto nodded. Thinking of Tailed Beast as her best friend is exactly what Jiraiya worries about. Tailed beasts are disasters and hate humans, and their terrifying power cannot be ignored. Be careful, people know their faces but they don't know their hearts. People are like this, let alone tailed beasts. Jiraiya said. I believe it. Naruto said. Seeing this, Jiraiya didn't say any more, but just kept this matter in her heart, thinking that with him taking care of it, there shouldn't be any problems. Moreover, the key to unlock the seal of 9 Tails is still with him. No matter how cunning and scheming 9 Tails is, without the key, it is impossible for 9 Tails to come out. After breakfast, the two set off again. After learning about Naruto's actual situation, Jiraiya found that Naruto's foundation is very solid, and has its own training plan. There is no need for him to intervene. Just take some time to spar with Naruto and give him some combat-related tips. Even conversely, he also learned Rasengan's advanced mystery, the Spiral Shuriken, from Naruto. As for Naruto, on the way, he used handstand walking to exercise his body. Arriving in the new town, Jiraiya went to inquire about Tsunade's whereabouts, and he went to Mount Myoboku to practice frog Kumite. The arrangements are full, and every day is very fulfilling. Counting from the day I left the village, 17 days later. Pamphlet Street. According to the latest news, it is very likely that she is here, and I hope she has not left. Jiraiya, the dusty traveler, said to herself. Naruto, who was sweating and steaming all over, took a towel to wipe off the sweat after exercising. Seeing where this is, a light flashed in his eyes, he squatted on the ground, and used the chakra perception technique. Although I haven't seen Tsunade and Shizune, I don't know their life reaction, and I can't feel the chakra reaction without using chakra. But beside the two women, there is a pet pig, which is the most distinctive feature. Found it. Naruto said. What? Let's go. Take me there. Jiraiya was stunned, and hurriedly said. When she really saw Tsunade, Jiraiya breathed a sigh of relief, and finally found it. Jiraiya. Tsunade, who was drunk, asked unexpectedly when he saw who was coming. Yo, long time no see. Jiraiya greeted. Naruto, who was hungry, ordered some snacks according to the menu, and devoured them hungrily. Belonging to Jiraiya, Tsunade's conversation, drilled into his ears. There is nothing to say, it is nothing more than Jiraiya's intention to come, Tsunade refuses and chats about other things. If there is no change in the plot, Tsunade should have met Orochimaru before this. And I heard from Orochimaru that he would treat him with the condition of reviving his younger brother and lover, and in addition to not destroying Konoha. What is Tsunade thinking now? Thinking from another perspective, and substituting into Tsunade's position, Naruto will be tempted, and the deal proposed by Orochimaru is indeed very attractive. But there is a problem here. Snakes are most cunning, deceitful, and vicious, and Orochimaru is the best of them all. With Orochimaru, you have to be prepared to lose yourself. If Tsunade couldn't hold back at this time and agreed to Orochimaru's conditions, what about the future? Could it be that Orochimaru, with the same conditions, can ask Tsunade to do more for him? The more Tsunade shows that he cares about his younger brother and lover, the more Orochimaru can benefit from Tsunade. After 1 or 2 transactions, it is too late to refuse. Since Orochimaru can use impure world reincarnation to resurrect the dead, there is a way to torture the dead. There are many threats. Thinking a little too much for a while, Naruto stopped his thoughts and looked at Tsunade secretly. 1 word, white. 2 words, beautiful. 3 words, so big. The role of 100 healings mark is to store chakra, and with the low output of Baihao technique, chakra adjustment can achieve an effect that makes all women crazy about it. Eternal youth. We must let Hinata learn these 2 techniques, and when he is 70 or 80, he will still be young like 17. When he is free, Naruto has to learn by himself. It can't be like the 3rd generation. After getting old, all aspects decline, resulting in a plummeting combat effectiveness. There are 100 healings mark and Baihao technique, which can not only maintain youth forever, but most importantly, keep the body in peak condition until death. It's rude to stare like that, kid. Tsunade said casually. Look, please also learn from the person next to you. Hungry ghosts in color, take a peek. What are you thinking? My mouth is drooling. Jiraiya was speechless. I think decades later, the young and beautiful Hinata will be there. No way, Naruto coughed dryly, turning his face away in embarrassment. Tonight's conversation has a beginning but no end. Jiraiya wanted to settle the matter quickly and take Tsunade back to succeed 5th generation. The point is that Tsunade is not in the mood. There is nothing to talk about. 1 week at most. No, I can only come. Following Tsunade and Shizune to the same hotel, Jiraiya sat on the tatami and said sadly. From what you said, you don't want to be Hokage. Naruto said. How come? I am willing to risk my life to protect the village, tell me if I want to be a Hokage. Jiraiya laughed dumbly. But there are equally important things that must be done by me, so it's best for Tsunade to come. Son of Prophecy. Xia Organization. Now there is one more black person who needs to be investigated. Then think about it slowly, I'm going to practice. Naruto said, bit his thumb, formed the seal of summoning, summoned Heimoyoshi, and then cancelled the summoning. Before long, a toad over there used reverse summoning to summon Naruto to Mount Myoboku. In the room, Jiraiya is now alone, wrestling with how to convince Tsunade. Another room. Master Tsunade, even if you don't go back to succeed 5th generation, you can't agree to Orochimaru's deal. Shizune said. I have my own plan. Tsunade said casually. Without getting an accurate answer, Shizune said uncomfortably, Master Tsunade, it's really not possible. Not wanting to continue the topic, Tsunade, who was very complicated inside, turned around and turned his back to Shizune. Chapter 87. Jiraiya's persuasion did not get a positive response. Tsunade has been practicing Tai Chi, talking about him from left to right. Naruto suggested targeting Tsunade's hobbies and weaknesses. Jiraiya thought about it. As for Tsunade's hobbies, he was too short-pocketed to offer a price that would make Tsunade's heart flutter. As for Tsunade's weakness, he is afraid of offending Tsunade and getting a severe beating. Before I knew it, 3 days had passed. Mount Myoboku. Hundreds of thousands of fairy arts shadow clone are fighting each other. It is gymnastics. But it is different from ordinary physical arts in that it uses natural energy. Naruto in a normal state cannot sense natural energy, but after entering Sage mode, the celestial chakra resonates with natural energy, and the perception ability is greatly increased. At this time, he can sense the natural energy, and being able to sense it means that he can dodge, evade, and even head to head. There is often a dull crashing sound in the empty space. Seeing the tricks, the shadow clones are faster and have outstanding reactions under the blessing of Zyanja chakra, and they are playing happily. The shadow clones are playing in full swing, while Naruto himself is sitting by the toad oil pool, closing his 5 senses, and sensing the deepest spirit. After mastering Sage mode, he focused on spiritualization again. These days, combined with the theoretical knowledge mastered by the 5 shadow clones, it is already possible to achieve the first step of spiritualization, the introductory stage, to close the 5 senses. It is a terrible thing to close the 5 senses. Lost vision, loss of hearing, loss of smell, loss of taste, loss of touch, what is left of this person? Dark. Dead silence, boundless darkness. It can't be conveyed, and it can't be received. In addition to darkness, it is still darkness. Naruto himself has a little claustrophobia, so it is very painful to practice. Guessing it was the right time, Nine Tails roared loudly, cooperating with the gushing of chakra, disrupting Naruto's body, the chakra circulation that maintains the closure of the five senses. Naruto opened his eyes suddenly, woke up, and took a deep breath. How? Nine Tails said. It seems to have a little feeling, but it doesn't seem to be. It's an illusion, so I don't understand. Naruto said confusedly. Once the technique of blocking the five senses is used, the person concerned cannot untie it by himself, and must be helped by others. It is good for people with less chakra. When the chakra is exhausted and unsustainable, it will be solved automatically. Naruto can't do it, he has so much chakra that he can't spend it all. When the chakra is exhausted, others will be cold too. Anyway, the method is correct. The talent requirements for this technique are not very strict. It's just a matter of time. Take your time. Nine Tails said. Naruto nodded, looked down at his watch. It was early 6 o'clock. Immortal Shima has prepared breakfast, a feast of bugs. Naruto declined with a dry smile. It's okay if you cook it, such as grilling or frying. This is still alive, so how can he let it go? Unlocked all shadow clone, endured a headache, greeted Fukazaku and Shima, two immortals, and a few toads who had a good relationship, and hurriedly left Mount Myoboku. Is there any food that is more delicious than this in the world? I don't know how to enjoy it. Little Jiraiya is like this, and little Naruto is also. Fukazaku Sento shook his head. That is to say, it's strange that such fresh and delicious food doesn't like it, human beings. Immortals Haima wondered. The reverse summoning is lifted, Naruto disappears out of thin air, and returns to the Booklet Street. The hotel where he stayed happened to be where he left when he was summoned. Seeing that Jiraiya was sleeping soundly, Naruto didn't bother him, and exited gently, went to the bathroom, brushed his teeth and washed his face. Suddenly, there was a loud bang outside, and Naruto poked his head out. In the distance, for unknown reasons, a building collapsed amidst the smoke and dust. Those buildings are as old as those destroyed when Tsunade and Orochimaru fought in the plot. Naruto muttered. How could a good building collapse? Suddenly, he thought of something, and stopped brushing his teeth. Squat down on the ground, raise your index finger and middle finger, and press the ground lightly. The chakra perception technique is activated. In this hotel, only the lives of Jiraiya and Shizune respond. The life reaction of Tsunade, together with the chakra reaction, is in the ruined ancient building, together with Orochimaru, the life reaction of Yakushi Kabuto, the chakra reaction. Naruto. So, Jiraiya is not sleeping, but drugged out? Should I say that there is a change in the plot? Or did I delay time on the road? As a result, the battle between Tsunade and Orochimaru was advanced a few days. Now is not the time to worry about these things. Naruto quickly rinsed his mouth, leaving two shadow clone to greet Jiraiya who was stunned by the drug, and Shizune who was stunned by Tsunade. He was alone and rushed to the scene of the incident. Tsunade, I hope you still think about it carefully and don't make a decision that you will regret. No legs, the part below the waist has turned into a snake body, the whole is Orochimaru, a descendant of Nuwa, and said with a smile. The one who agrees to your deal will regret it. Tsunade said blankly. Immediately, he rushed forward and punched Orochimaru in the face with a strange force. Is this your choice? I see, so. After a software modification, I took a punch from Tsunade, and nothing happened. Not caring at all about being blown away and rolling on the ground, Orochimaru giggled. Just let me play with you. Don't blame me for not remembering the old relationship. I am fulfilling your wish. Hands together. Forbidden technique, impure world reincarnation, activated. Two coffins rose from the ground. Come on, let's play a game. The opponent is them. What are you going to do? Tsunade. Tsunade. Kato Dan, the filthy soil, stepped out of the coffin, looked at the figure in the distance, and asked in doubt. Sister. Noeki was also full of doubts. His last memory was the scene of the detonating symbol exploding. Tsunade. BD. Tsunade yelled. Stepping back, witnessing the devastation caused by Tsunade's stomping, Yakushi Kabuto raised his glasses habitually. It's a terrible strange force, huh? Turning his head to look as if aware of it, Uzumaki Naruto. Sage Art, Earth Style, Spiral Shuriken. The shadow clone responsible for perception, disarms itself, and passes the perception result to the ontology. Naruto, who grasped the scene through this method, almost without thinking about it, used the Earth Style, the Spiral Shuriken, which is as effective as the sealing technique. Use your toes to figure out who the dead are that Orochimaru will summon. Noeka doesn't matter, it's Kato Dan that matters. Spiritualization, a soul-killing esoteric art, is difficult to guard against. Kato Dan must be sealed before Orochimaru plants a spell to completely control Kato Dan. Immortal Chakra, Nine Tails Chakra, a strong combination. I believe that even Orochimaru will be difficult to destroy and last longer. Don't want to trouble Tsunade, just stay where you are, Naruto yelled. Chapter 88. Kato Dan did not believe Naruto's words. Although it is not clear what is going on, there is no need to hesitate to choose to dodge when encountering an attack. Pulling Nawaki over, chakra exploded, body flicker technique, out of position. The earth style, the spiral shuriken, landed on the position of Kato Dan and Nawaki just now, and suddenly expanded. On the basis of the Nine Tails chakra, coupled with the Zyanja chakra, the scale and hardness have been improved to a higher level. The diameter of the earth ball has exceeded 100 meters, which is extremely frightening. Tisk, no matter how powerful the technique is, it's useless if you can't hit the target. Naruto thought secretly. What are you doing here? It's dangerous here, get out of here, Tsunade said. It's not a good habit to be brave, leave it to me. Naruto stood beside Tsunade, clasped his hands together. Tsunade in his heyday was no match for Orochimaru, let alone Tsunade who suffered from hemophobia. Don't look at being as fierce as a tiger now, as soon as it encounters blood, it will immediately turn into a soft-legged shrimp, lose its will to fight, and let others slaughter it. The appearance of Kato Dan and Nawaki made the situation even worse. Kid who doesn't know the heights of the sky and the earth. Tsunade laughed. The technique you just performed is indeed amazing, but after all, it depends on the person who uses the technique. Do you know who your opponent is? Not only do I know, but I fought him once before. Naruto said. Bragging that you don't even write a draft, do you think I will believe it? Tsunade was speechless. Who is Orochimaru? Famous for many years, the legendary Sunin. You, a fledgling genin, said that you fought Orochimaru, and you were alive and well, what a fool. Naruto smiled, did not explain, but settled down and formed a mudra. Deceiving oneself that there is no danger, forgetting the illusion of the sense of crisis, and taking the lead in launching it. This is a prerequisite for stably triggering the life-saving skill of passive instinct and ensuring one's invincibility. Then, combined with the newly transmitted natural energy from Nine Tails, a large amount of celestial chakra is extracted. Sage art, wood style, birth of the tree world. Rumble. Earthquake. Countless thick vines soared into the sky. What? Tsunade changed his face, looked at Naruto in shock, and was stunned for a moment. Even if she was beaten to death, she couldn't believe it. The child Jiraiya brought with him actually knew the wood style that was completely lost after his grandfather. When he was in the Death Forest, Naruto didn't know that he had a passive instinct to automatically avoid attacks, and he had no chance of winning against Orochimaru. Now, not only has he mastered the illusion of stably triggering passive instincts, he has also learned the magic of immortality with the help of Nine Tails. Not sure about killing Orochimaru. Punch Orochimaru hard, knock Orochimaru back, he has plenty of confidence. Wood style. Nuwa's descendant, Orochimaru, also looked in shock at Naruto, who was covered by trees and vines and fell into heavy protection. He has studied Hashirama cells for many years, and he knows a fact, or the truth. Wood style is an ability exclusive to first-generation Hashirama. Others use water style and earth style to fuse, even if Yang-dun chakra is added, it is impossible to get wood style, only other attributes can be obtained. The only way to have wood style is to implant Hashirama cells. Naruto is Nine Tails Jinchuriki, such an important existence, how dare third generation implant Hashirama cells in Naruto, are you crazy? Impossible, this is not the style of third generation. Was that someone else's hands and feet? Like Danzo? No, it's even more impossible, with the third generation taking care of it, Danzo has absolutely no possibility of moving Naruto. Since it is not a Hashirama cell, that is to say, Naruto awakened wood style by himself? Why, what's going on, what's so special about Naruto, it can do things that others can't? While dodging the tree vines, Orochimaru used his brain and fell into deep thought. Or, Naruto and first Hokage, there is some kind of connection that has nothing to do with blood relationship. I care about it. Orochimaru wants to understand this question more now than letting Tsunade heal his leg, which is a non-essential thing. So much vitality. It also resonates with grandfather's necklace. Who are you? Tsunade pinched the flickering first-generation necklace around his neck and said in shock. A few days ago, I remember introducing myself. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, Nine Tails Jinchuriki. While Naruto was talking, the vine on the right was cut open. Orochimaru, who was biting the Kusanagi sword in his mouth, came in an instant. The target was Naruto's right arm, and he wanted to chop it off and take it back for research. Of course, it's even better to take the whole Naruto with you. To avoid the two big troubles of Konoha and Akatsuki organization coming to your door, the requirements are not high, just one hand is enough. Naruto, who is already in sage mode, has greatly increased his perception and reaction, and has noticed Orochimaru's attack. That's it? Such a rubbish, weak attack that can't even hurt the skin, there is no need to hide at all. Naruto's subjective consciousness thinks that there is no need to dodge, and completely gives up dodging. The passive instinct is triggered, and the body realizes evasion by itself. Next, Naruto frees his right hand to use a raise non and adds lightning-style chakra to it, pressing towards Orochimaru. Tsunade also kicked up reflexively and drew towards Orochimaru. When the time was running out, Orochimaru reflexively chose to take the initiative to accept Tsunade's kick, so as to increase the distance and avoid Naruto's lightning-style raise non. Of two evils, whichever is lesser? Conditioned reflex is the physical instinct that every strong person who has experienced many battles will form. Often the brain consciousness is not able to respond in time, and the offense and defense are completed by instinct. Your reaction has become much faster. Orochimaru sighed, noticing Naruto's eyeshadow and pupils, his brow furrowed. It's not as big as Jiraiya's, but the pupils are similar. Can it be possible that you have mastered the magic technique? Isn't it? Naruto asked back. Tree vines, overwhelming Orochimaru, overwhelmed him. Several sword lights flashed. Immortal infused chakra, a tree harder than steel, is easily cut into several sections. The wind-style chakra on the Kusanagi sword disappeared, and Orochimaru, who was holding the sword in his left hand, smiled and licked his lips. My interest in you has increased a bit. The figure flashed, and it seemed to fly towards it as if teleporting. Your opponent is me. Tsunade stood in front of Naruto. The you now? You who have not overcome the psychological barrier? Hi. Orochimaru chuckled, cut himself with a sword, and spilled blood on Tsunade. Tsunade. The pupils constricted, and the body trembled uncontrollably. I told you not to be brave, but you must listen. Naruto said, supporting Tsunade, who was unable to stand still, to sit on the wooden chair. The eyes are very good, Mr. Naruto, but I don't know, are you fearless if you don't know, or are you really confident? Orochimaru laughed. You can try it. Naruto said. The red nine tails chakra, covering the whole body. The four tails flicked unconsciously. The pupils of the eyes become crosses. This is incomplete fairy fox mode. Chapter 89. The smile on his face froze. Orochimaru was silent. Is the fusion of Xianshu and tailed beast? It was so perfect, without any rejection. Obviously the quality is terribly high, but it is extremely stable, and there is no waste caused by excess energy overflow. Perhaps, the research on tailed beasts should be put on the agenda again. Orochimaru thought divergently, and then he was blown away. Naruto in fairy fox mode is too fast, and now Orochimaru can't react and can't keep up with Naruto's speed. Naruto landed on all fours and ran at high speed. The terrifying speed produced a sonic boom. The ground that has been stepped on, crumbles and collapses. Wherever it passes, it is like a monster sweeping, and it is like a strong wind raging. Catching up with Orochimaru who was flying upside down, Naruto opened his mouth and injected a small-tailed beast bomb with the magic of chakra, and condensed it while breathing. Aim at Orochimaru and launch. It also swung four tails at the same time, turned into Chakra's hands, bound, and fixed Orochimaru to ensure that the tailed beast bomb could hit. Boom! A bolt from the blue explodes and destroys the ground. A small mushroom cloud rose up. Naruto looked left and right. Suddenly, his body automatically moved to the side. In the original position, a hand broke through the ground and hit empty. On the 5 fingertips of this hand, purple fire chakra was burning, and the words gold, wood, water, fire, and earth were engraved respectively. It is the chakra overflow that limits the tailed beast, specifically for the 5-element seal of Jinchuriki. Your reaction is abnormally fast. Orochimaru said quietly. What greeted him was a small-tailed beast bomb. Standing far enough away, still affected by the aftermath of the tailed beast bomb's explosion, Yakushi Kabuto kept retreating, a few drops of sweat appearing on his face. A monster? Hehe, Master Orochimaru, it seems that you are in trouble. The situation is very clear. Orochimaru is not Naruto's opponent after the outbreak. Basically, he is being beaten unilaterally, and the counter-attack is also weak, unable to break through Naruto's defense. More than just breaking the defense, he couldn't hit Naruto at all. Naruto's movements seemed to be without thinking or hesitation at all, moving boldly and swiftly. I watched as Orochimaru used the combination of wind-style and fire-style ninjutsu to form a monstrous sea of flames, which was easily scattered by Naruto's big hand turned into a tail. Yakushi Kabuto knew that there was no chance of winning, and now it was not a question of whether to win or not, but a question of whether he could get away with it. How to do? Yakushi Kabuto observed carefully, and did not observe any flaws from Naruto, but he noticed Kato-dan who was reminiscing and talking with Tsunade. Noeke, who is in Tsunade's arms, can be ignored, and the focus is on Kato-dan. I remember Master Orochimaru mentioned that this person's ninjutsu is very special and rare. It is the art of killing souls. I didn't expect so many changes in the village. Listening to Tsunade's explanation, Kato-dan sighed complicatedly when he learned that Orochimaru defected and even killed 3rd generation. Then what about me and Noeke? We should be dead, why? The impure world reincarnation developed by my 2nd grandfather, I don't know much about its inside story. I only know that it is a forbidden technique that can resurrect the dead. Tsunade said. Is the forbidden technique used by Orochimaru? Since he used it, doesn't that mean? Kato-dan changed his face. He was Jonin during his lifetime, so it is impossible for his thinking ability to be poor. Reminiscent of the beginning, the yellow-haired boy yelled to tell him not to move, obviously trying to seal him and Noeke. Look at the yellow-haired boy and Orochimaru, fighting. An ominous premonition rose. How do I cancel this impure world reincarnation? Tsunade. At the same time, Yakushi Kabuto's voice sounded, Master Orochimaru. Kato Dan. Being chased and beaten by Naruto at a fast pace, Orochimaru, who had no time to think about tactics and countermeasures, was somewhat devastated. When he heard Yakushi Kabuto's reminder, his eyes lit up. Really, how did you forget him? Half of his body was blown up by a small-tailed beast bomb, and he turned into a crippled, half-dead Orochimaru, smiling dumbly and self-deprecatingly. He opened his mouth wide without reacting slowly, and stretched out a hand, followed by other parts of his body. Orochimaru's Orochimaru body replacement technique, the most perfect body replacement technique. No matter how damaged the body is, the external body can be used as a substitute, as if shedding its skin, it will be renewed and restored to its original state. The most damning thing is that the consumption of this move is negligible, only for Orochimaru. If it is used by someone else, the consumption is exaggerated. Naruto-kun, I'm sorry, although you are stronger than me now, the balance of victory has been tilting towards me from the very beginning. Orochimaru clasped his hands together with a smile. Spiritualization, the art of attacking the soul, has nothing to do with the body, chakra, you can't see it, let alone guard against it, the battle is over. Kato Dan, Noeke, the consciousness of the two were obliterated, and it turned out that the spell had already been buried in their bodies. Noeke used Kunao to sneak attack Tsunade, releasing more blood, stimulating Tsunade, completely losing his mind and fighting spirit. To prevent Tsunade from doing bad things with the sealing technique, this must be done. At the same time, Kato Dan's soul left the body. The soul without entity is not affected by gravity and air resistance, and its speed is surprisingly fast. In the blink of an eye, it arrives in front of Naruto. Naruto can't perceive the soul, let alone the danger, so the so-called avoidance is out of the question. However, his body has an exceptionally keen perception of danger, and the resulting effect is that Naruto jumps to the side inexplicably. Orochimaru. Think it's a coincidence, continue to control the Kato Dan attack. When it was over, I saw Naruto rushing at a very fast speed while dancing strange and inexplicable dance steps. You can sense the soul. Naruto responds with a small-tailed beast bomb. This time it was even more amazing, controlling the hand transformed into Nine Tails Chakra, opening Orochimaru's mouth, stuffing the tailed beast bomb in, and closing the mouth again. With Nine Tails Chakra protection outside his body, Naruto didn't need to retreat, just waiting for the explosion at such a close range. Boom! Isn't he dead? His body is smashed to pieces. Naruto used the chakra perception technique to perceive Orochimaru's life response, and chakra responded. It was Yakushi Kabuto's side, and compared to just now, the reaction of life and chakra has weakened a lot. Hurry up to find a suitable reincarnation container. The rejection reaction is getting bigger and bigger. This body won't last long. Orochimaru said hoarsely. The lack of soul in both legs still has a certain impact on me. I must break the sealing technique as soon as possible and replenish my soul. Also, I want the survivors of the Uzumaki clan to do research. Find a way to catch a tailed beast. I also want to study the power of the tailed beast. Master Orochimaru, the top priority. Before Yakushi Kabuto finished speaking, Orochimaru, who turned into a little white snake, got into his mouth and established a double connection between his body and chakra. Escape from here with Ryokai Cave's reverse summoning. Followed by a small-tailed beast bomb, came with a bang. Chapter 90. Orochimaru walked cleanly, leaving a problem for Naruto. Wiped out of consciousness and using spiritization, is Hein aimed to attack his Kato Dan. Impure world reincarnation possesses immortality, infinite chakra. As long as Orochimaru, the user, does not cancel or change the attack command, Kato Dan will keep attacking Naruto until Naruto is killed. Kato Dan, whose soul is separated from his body, destroys, or seals his body, serving no purpose. For Naruto who does not have a truth-seeking ball at this stage, this situation is unsolvable. It seems that there is no other way but to wait for Orochimaru to cancel the impure world reincarnation. Naruto thought secretly. Carrying blood dripping on his shoulders, Tsunade, who was falling into hemophobia and trembling, rushed to find Jiraiya. Transfer Tsunade to Shizune, let her heal, and let Jiraiya seal Noeki who is chasing Tsunade. Naruto explained the situation to Jiraiya while relying on passive instinct to dodge Kato Dan's soul attack. He didn't talk about passive instinct, only that he can sense the soul. Jiraiya looked solemn. How this impure world reincarnation works is unknown. It is impossible to determine whether it will stop attacking after losing your target, or attack indiscriminately. If it's the latter, it's tantamount to a disaster, even for me. I can't perceive the soul, I can't hide it, and the only way to end is death. By the way, test it with Noeki. First let Shizune send Tsunade out of sight, hide, and follow Jiraiya to unseal Noeki. Seeing Noeki's dead eyes, looking around, then quieted down and remained still, Jiraiya's eyes lit up. Lose the designated target, stop the attack, Naruto, go to Mount Myoboku, you stay there until the impure world reincarnation is lifted. Knowing that there is a soul attack, Naruto can't relax himself, and there is always a sense of crisis. This kind of mentality cannot trigger the passive instinct. Once the illusion of deceiving himself and forgetting the sense of crisis expires, he will be in danger. It is necessary to pinpoint the timing. In the empty window period when the illusion is about to end, the explosion prevents Kato Dan from catching up with his own speed, and then activates the illusion again to deceive himself. Only in this way can safety be guaranteed. Safety can be ensured, but how troublesome it is, it seriously affects my life. There was nothing he could do, so Naruto had to go to Mount Myoboku. Before leaving, he brought a lot of food and prepared to live in Mount Myoboku for a long time. Unexpectedly, in less than half an hour, news came from Jiraiya that the impure world reincarnation had been lifted and he could go back. And when Naruto came back from Mount Myoboku, he happened to see Tsunade kneeling in front of two strange corpses, with tears on his face, dazed and distracted. Jiraiya hid outside the door and waved. Seeing this, Naruto walked out lightly and closed the door behind his back. Spiritualization is really powerful. After the impure world reincarnation is lifted, it can still stay for a while. Jiraiya said softly, leaning on the wall with a look of kidney deficiency. I hope that if you continue to enlighten her, her fear of blood can be cured. It would be great if that's the case. Shizune whispered. Master Tsunade left the village because of fear of blood. As a medical ninja, he can't see blood. It's like being useless. No hemophilia, Master Tsunade will definitely go back, Hokage or not. Naruto didn't interrupt, he was thinking about how to ask for 100 healings mark and 100 healing technique from Tsunade, these two ninja techniques with difficulty reaching S level. It was 4:17 in the afternoon. Tsunade walked out of the room, went into the bathroom and tidied up his appearance, then his face was radiant, and he called the three of them and one pig with high spirits, let's go back to the village. Master Tsunade. Shizune looked over expectantly. How? Your decision? Jiraiya asked. Until there is a competent candidate to succeed the 6th generation, I will do my best as the 5th generation. Tsunade smiled. From the day I left Konoha, I counted 24 days. Returning to Konoha after an absence of more than half a month. Seeing the Konoha gate from a distance, Naruto couldn't wait to accelerate. Hey! You haven't registered yet. Come back, the gatekeeper Chunin hurriedly said in astonishment. The people behind will help me register. Naruto, who had already run away, didn't turn his head. When I got home, Naruto, who thought it would be dirty and needed to be cleaned, unexpectedly found that the house was very clean and spotless. In the most conspicuous place on the wall, there is a post-it note. Brother-in-law, how long will it take you to come back? Behind it is a staring expression. Naruto rubbed his face. Hinata didn't have time, and it probably wasn't Hanabi. It was most likely that the branch housemaid was the main force, and Hanabi was a helper. Hyuga's house. Dojo. Carrying a gift for Hinata and Hanabi in his hand, he followed the branch housemaid. When he came here, Naruto was full of question marks. Please come in. The branch housemaid opened the door and nodded. Naruto swallowed, and stepped inside. Behind him, the branch housemaid closed the door and retreated quietly. In the huge dojo, including him, there are only 4 people in total, Hinata, her father and grandfather. Uzumaki Naruto. Hayashi spoke. Yes. Naruto nodded. Do you like Hinata? Hayashi asked. Hinata lowered her head, twitching her fingers while blushing. Like it. Naruto said. Is there any problem with getting engaged now and officially getting married when I turn 18? Hayashi said. Ah. Now. Naruto was stunned. Excuse me, what is the reason for such consideration? That won't be known until after you get engaged to Hinata, Hayashi said. I see. Naruto glanced at Hinata, then at Hayashi, thinking thoughtfully, I see, as you said, I don't have any problems. Considering your sensitive identity, I don't want the current Hinata to be in the limelight and attract too much attention, Hayashi said. With Hinata, just give us a toast. Everything is ready-made, and it looks like it has been prepared for a long time. Naruto suppressed many conjectures in his heart, took the wine glass handed by Hinata, waited for Hinata to pour an appropriate amount of wine into it, and then sent it to his grandfather. Hayashi followed. Now, you are Hinata's fiancé. If the family doesn't talk about each other, I'll just talk about it. Hayashi said. Hinata's white eyes have been transformed, and they have a brand new ability that has never been recorded even in the family tree. Attraction, repulsion. There is another ability that cannot be tested. It seems to be invalid for Byakugan. The matter is very important. I haven't even said a word to the people in the branch house, and Hanabi doesn't know, let alone a foreigner. Hinata is today, thanks to you, now I would like to trouble you to keep it a secret, but at the same time, help to test, Hinata's supercilious eyes, what ability does it have? Chapter 91. The white eyes have been transformed. Possesses attraction, repulsion, and an ability that doesn't work on white eyes. Is this an advanced Tensagen? Naruto subconsciously turned his head to look at Hinata, who was kneeling beside him, still holding a wine bottle. Hinata, who was secretly looking at and observing Naruto, was shocked. His face became more rosy, his pure white eyes dodged, he quickly lowered his head, and clasped his toes uneasily. Whether it is true or not, you can tell by trying it out, Naruto nodded and said, okay. Hinata. Hayashi gestured. Hinata didn't dare to look at Naruto, put down the bottle, got up and came to the middle of the dojo. Naruto followed and stood directly opposite each other, about 5 meters away from each other. Naruto-kun, be careful, there may be danger. Hinata whispered. It's okay, just let the horse come here. Naruto said. Danger is impossible to be dangerous, and Hinata will not hurt him. But in order to prevent embarrassment, Naruto still seals and activates the illusion of forgetting the sense of crisis, so that he can be Hinata's tester with peace of mind. Hinata. Hayashi reminded. While Hinata hesitated, Chakra refined and rolled his eyes. The veins around the white eyes suddenly popped up. Then, she cautiously faced Naruto and activated the ability. Suddenly, Naruto's body trembled, and the uncontrolled chakra was extracted, followed by separation, and got into Hinata's body. Nourished by the chakra full of vitality belonging to Naruto, Hinata suddenly felt warm, comfortable, and enjoyable, and couldn't help but want to absorb more. Fortunately, she was very careful, for fear of hurting Naruto, she did not absorb it blindly, but interrupted it in time. Forcible chakra extraction. Hayashi, who opened his eyes and saw through the flow of chakra, said. There is no need for physical contact, and it can be extracted from a distance. The grandfather said, and asked Hinata, can you use the extracted chakra? Hinata nodded, if it can be used, but it must be used as soon as possible, otherwise it will evaporate quickly. Can't it be transformed into raw mental energy, physical energy? Hayashi asked. Hinata shakes her head. Unfortunately, if it can be transformed, then... Hayashi shook his head regretfully. It cannot be transformed, which means that Hinata's battle is still limited by the upper limit of its own chakra quality. If you can convert chakra into spiritual energy and physical energy, you can supplement your own consumption. While absorbing, outputting at the same time, maintaining a balance, it can be called a pseudo-perpetual motion machine. That way, Hinata is a tireless fighting machine, and even chakra can get stronger by devouring others in this way. Mental energy and physical energy are the foundation of a ninja. Strengthening these two basic abilities will naturally increase one's strength. Can absorb chakra, what about ninjutsu? Naruto said. Hearing this, Hayashi and his grandfather were taken aback and looked at each other. Being able to forcibly extract chakra from the air is already very powerful, and it is a fantastic ability. If you can even absorb ninjutsu, it will be invalidated. This is invincible. Naruto, I'm sorry to trouble you, let's test it with escapism. Hayashi said impatiently. Naruto clasped his palms together in Indian style, it's coming, get ready. Yes. Hinata stood ready. Water style, water barrier. After going through the nature transformation of water, chakra turned into water of higher quality than the water in nature, and spit it out from Naruto's mouth. The water was in mid-air, and its form changed a second time, turning into a vivid water dragon, circling Hinata for a week, approaching at a constant speed. This water dragon bomb, how is it different from the ones I've seen? Chakra consumes so much and there are so few prints. Hayashi wondered. It's not surprising. If you have reached a certain level of proficiency in a technique, you can simplify the seal. Grandfather said. I've only heard about the simplified seal, but I haven't heard that after the simplified seal, the consumption of chakra will increase so much. Hayashi was at a loss. Also, what he made, if I remember correctly, it seems to be the seal of water barrier. The questions of the two of them couldn't be answered, and they didn't bother to care about these trivial details, because there were more important things happening in front of them. Surrounded by water dragons, Hinata is surrounded in the middle, and there is no way to escape, and there is no need to escape. I don't see any pre-actions from her. The nearly 10-meter-long water dragon twisted in a spiral shape, escaped from Naruto's control, and was absorbed by Hinata. Hayashi, the grandfather's eyes widened to the maximum, and when he was about to speak, a scene that shocked them even more appeared. The water dragon that had just been absorbed by Hinata suddenly rushed out of her body again. At this time, the water dragon is completely driven and dominated by Hinata. This. Hayashi was dumbfounded. Unbelievable. Grandpa was shocked. In this regard, Naruto, who had expected it for a long time, saw that it was very difficult for Hinata to control the water dragon, and at the same time he was in a dilemma. He didn't know how to deal with the water dragon. Don't force it, just let go of the control, it will evaporate by itself. Hearing what Naruto said, Hinata immediately let go of the control and disconnected chakra. Without the supply of chakra, it became a water dragon with no source of water. It fell to the ground, and the water splashed in all directions. After a while, it evaporated naturally. It's amazing. Hayashi couldn't hide his excitement. Forcibly extract chakra from the air, absorb ninjutsu, and bounce back the absorbed ninjutsu intact. Really, it's amazing. Will this be the end? Blind-eyed advancement, will it stop here? Or can it go further? Grandpa was also very excited, and he barely recovered a little calm, thinking about this question. That's right. Hayashi took a deep breath, looked at Hinata, then at Naruto. Our family, since its existence, has had a mission to protect the White Eyes. Because of this, the clan is separated from the branch house, and Caged Bird came into being. Everything is to protect Bai Yan. In order to ensure the purity of Bun, the Zone family will not marry outsiders, and will only choose suitable marriage partners among outstanding branch house members within the clan. Naruto, I want you to know how conscious we are of agreeing with you and Hinata. Of course, this is also your supercilious connection with Hinata. Without this key, it would be impossible for you and Hinata. Before, I talked to Hinata and told her about it, you know how she answered me. You are the meaning of her striving to become stronger and never giving up. Without you, for her, it is equivalent to losing her goal and having no motivation to move forward. Father. Hinata shy. Naruto. Why guard Bun? I want to solve this puzzle, and also to untie my knot, so. Hayashi said. Hinata is begging you, I hope you will do your best to help her complete her transformation. Yes. Naruto said, I will cherish Hinata, and helping her is my duty. Chapter 92. Satisfied with Naruto's response, Hayashi nodded and frowned when he looked at Hinata again. After all, the quality of chakra has become an unavoidable problem. Gravitational repulsion, chakra extraction, ninjutsu absorption and rebound. All are impeccable powerful abilities. But to use these abilities, Hinata's own chakra is needed as a support. The larger the amount of chakra consumed, the greater the effect of the ability will undoubtedly be. Not to mention anything else, let's just say that the gravitational force consumes enough chakra, I'm afraid it can't pull down the stars in the sky, and the moon is not impossible. That's true, but this chakra cannot be stored, and it will evaporate quickly after being extracted and not used. Grandpa said helplessly. The upper limit of a person's chakra is already doomed from birth, and it is difficult to change. The two of them sighed in unison. The fly in the ointment, Hinata is good everywhere now, but it is hindered by the amount of chakra. That. Naruto took the gift that was ready to be given to Hinata, and rummaged to find the bottom two scrolls. 100 Healings Mark, S-level ninjutsu, can seal up chakra that is usually useless. Bai Hao technique is also an S-level ninja technique. It is used in conjunction with 100 Healings Mark. Through it, the seal can be completely unlocked and a large amount of chakra can be used. Grandpa and Hayashi, with numb faces, each took a scroll and opened it. If you think it's unsafe, you can go to the extreme. Naruto said. Catch a tail beast and make Hinata a Jinchuriki. The amount of chakra in the tail beast can satisfy her consumption. As far as I know, there happens to be a wild tail beast from 3 tails. With the ability of White Eyes, it is not difficult to find it. When the time comes, I can help catch it. Hayashi. Grandfather. Jinchuriki. Is it okay? Hayashi stammered. People's fear of tailed beasts hides a fact. Naruto said. Tail beasts are very easy to get along with. As long as you give your heart and persevere, you will definitely get rewarded. 9 Tails and I, that's the relationship, best friends. Hayashi was not sure. Grandfather was also hesitant. Tailed beast, I'm not kidding, if something happens, Hinata will have troubles, and I can't bear the consequences. Hinata, what do you think? Hayashi said. I want to try it. Hinata whispered. She believed that Naruto, since it was proposed, must be feasible. And Naruto is Jinchuriki, as a fiancé and future wife, she also wants to be Jinchuriki. There is a little taste of husband and wife. Hayashi was silent for a while, and made eye contact with the elder of the clan, that is, his father. Naruto, our family does not have the ability to fight against tailed beasts. It is a fantasy to capture them. Are you sure you are sure? Hayashi asked. Wood style, Xianju, 9 tails, these 3 abilities are guaranteed, I can't think of a reason to fail. Naruto said. Sealed space. 9 tails couldn't help but said, why are you ranked last? I'm the strongest. Naruto said calmly, that's why, you are the finale. Immortal art? You mean, you have mastered the legendary immortal art? Hayashi was taken aback. After knowing that Hinata likes Naruto, and the 50 million was also given to Naruto, he has a sense of déjà vu that his daughter is going to be RD by a pig. After the battle where Konoha was attacked, I learned that Naruto can wood style, and I felt a little better. Even if it is a pig, this is a very capable pig. At this time, he heard that Naruto has mastered celestial arts. Hayashi was shocked and didn't know what to say. Looks like the eyes of the eldest daughter, very good. At this moment, he was looking forward to what kind of son-in-law his youngest daughter would find him. Naruto nodded. Ask 9 tails for a little bit of natural energy, extract a little sage chakra, and enter sage mode. Hearing is believing, seeing is believing, Hayashi no longer hesitated, and slapped his thigh suddenly. Done. I want to hold your hand, can I? Corridor. Narrow and quiet. Naruto's words broke the silence. Oh. Good. Good. Subconsciously, Hinata stretched out her right hand and grabbed Naruto's left hand. Feeling the heat belonging to Naruto, she realized what was going on, retracted like an electric shock, and said incoherently, this. Naruto didn't look back, didn't speak, just kept stretching his left hand back, giving Hinata enough time to adjust himself. Gradually, Hinata suppressed the tension, with a bit of shyness, stretched out her right hand again, and gently held Naruto's left hand. Seeing that Naruto didn't respond, she gradually became more courageous, and the force in her hand changed from light to heavy, from loose to tight. In the feeling, it seems to have grasped a substantive dream. Naruto. Her son. Encourage her to move forward, give her confidence and courage. Make her change, make her father's approval. The feelings that were brewing reached a boiling point in an instant. Unable to help, Hinata said, Naruto-kun, I like you, favorite. Until then, Naruto held Hinata with his backhand and clasped his fingers tightly, me too. Crouching at the corner of the corridor like a thief, Hanabi poked his head out cautiously, then retracted quickly. Oh. Actually kissing. Sure enough, my brother-in-law can only take the initiative to do this kind of thing, it's impossible for my lord sister to do it. However, it's already a big improvement that I didn't faint from being too shy. Hey. There's still a tongue. His body was trembling, his ears were congested and red. Hinata couldn't help pushing Naruto away, and said angrily, Hanabi. When the white eyes are not transformed, the purity is extremely high, and Hinata can vaguely sense the peeping of other white eyes. Now, she has transformed twice, not only can she sense Byun's peeping, but if she wants to, she can also follow the peeping, attack its source, and cause certain damage to Byun. It seems to be the natural suppression of the superior to the inferior, and the specific Hinata is not very clear. But the peeper is my sister, she can't hurt her. Ah. Oni-sama is going to hit someone. Hanabi ran away. Really, if it's not a mission or a battle, you can't look at it with blind eyes. You always don't follow this basic rule. Hinata said. Look what's the matter, only you, my sis, can sense it. Hanabi said. Naruto. A little embarrassing. After marriage, I must move out of Hyuga's house, and I have to stay away. Everything here is like a live broadcast, I can't stand it. Other Hyuga people don't roll their eyes for nothing, Hanabi can't tell at all. Hanabi, she's causing you trouble. Hinata shyly said, I'll keep an eye on her. It's all right. Naruto shook his head, then froze again, looking at her means. Why, Hanabi wants to stay at Hyuga's house, can't go live with him. My lord father asked me to move to your house, saying yes, to improve the success rate of the advanced stage. Hinata said as thinly as a mosquito. Chapter 93. Hinata is enough, the world of two people is happy. What to do with Hanabi? Such a big light bulb. While Hinata was extremely shy and ran to chase Hanabi, ignoring himself, Naruto secretly approached his prospective father-in-law and talked about it. Hayashi clasped his hands, taking advantage of his height, and looked down at Naruto condescendingly, without saying a word, just staring straight at him. What's wrong? Naruto felt guilty. Hanabi is the best candidate to prevent you from doing anything outrageous to Hinata. Hayashi said flatly. Boy, I'm from here, how can I know what you think? Hold hands, hug, at most it's a kiss. Cough. The last step is to wait until the age of 18. You can only do it after you get married. Before that, you are not allowed to cross the line. When it's not convenient to leave the village on a mission or something, you can send them back. Usually in the village, you have to take them with you wherever you go. Don't expect to have long alone time with Hinata. Father-in-law, you are overthinking, Hinata and I are only 12 years old now. Naruto's face was full of black lines. What about next year? What about the year after? And what about after that? Hayashi said. It's called being prepared. Our family is very traditional, and so is Hinata, but she likes you so much, if you can't help but beg, 80%, no, she will definitely not refuse you. The period between the ages of 15 and 17 is the most dangerous period. It must be done to prevent Hinata's belly from getting bigger for no reason and going to the hospital to suffer. I'm not afraid to tell you, I've got through with Hanabi, and she'll keep an eye on you. Hinata is very conservative and won't cross the line. It's you who needs to beware. Naruto. He wanted to say loudly that he would not cross the line. But after thinking of Hinata, who was 15 or 16 years old, slim and grown up, the words were stuck in his throat, and he couldn't say anything. Can you hold back? Probably, maybe, I can't help it. Hinata, who is obedient to herself, and Hinata who is responsive to herself, the more she thinks about it, the more she has no confidence to argue hard. Say goodbye to father-in-law and return to Hinata's side. The two sisters are still fighting, so naturally it can't be real fighting, it's just tickling or something like that. Not Hineda's opponent at all. Hanabi was suppressed unilaterally and couldn't breathe with laughter. Brother-in-law. Brother-in-law is here. Help me. I'm dying. In front of Naruto, Hineda was embarrassed to play with Hanabi like this again, so he had to stop. Unexpectedly, Naruto said first, don't stop, keep going, do you need my help? It seems that scratching the solace of the feet with feathers will make it more itchy and uncomfortable. Hanabi was stunned, realizing what was coming. She said with a dry smile, my lord, I'm your younger sister, even if it's my brother-in-law, you won't listen to me, won't you bully me? Thinking of the good atmosphere with Naruto just now, which was destroyed by Hanabi. The pure white eyes became darker. Hineda said quietly, don't get me wrong, this is not bullying, this is a kind of discipline that includes love, so that you won't ignore the rules and look around in the future. Hanabi changed his face and struggled vigorously, father. Help me. My sister and brother-in-law are going to bully me. Father. Without noticing it for a moment, Hanabi broke free and ran out. Hineda raised his hand to grab it falsely, his white eyes opened instantly, and the invisible gravitational force grabbed Hanabi. Ow! Hanabi, who had climbed over the wall, flew back uncontrollably in astonishment. Wait. Sister. Brother-in-law. What are you looking for? Don't take off my shoes, okay? Father. Help, ha ha ha. Into the night. At the dinner table. Ignore the sister-in-law who stared at him with a look of bitterness and hatred. He looked at Hineda sitting beside him, who was already eating his 54th bowl of rice, and on the table, there were a lot of delicacies prepared for Hineda. Naruto fell silent. Where is your father-in-law? And where is your grandfather? Why don't you come to eat? The branch housemaid who was in charge of preparing the dinner signaled Naruto to go outside. Naruto was puzzled, so he told Hineda, and then followed the branch housemaid outside the house. The patriarch went out on something, and the elders followed him. When I left, I specifically explained that I don't need to stay here overnight, and I will directly take Hineda-sama and Hanabi-sama to move to your place. This is Master Hineda's list of daily expenses, mainly on food. Naruto. He took the notebook from the branch housemaid and opened it. All kinds of precious Chinese herbal medicines, as well as a large number of delicacies from mountains and seas, come into view. Those who swim in the water, those who fly in the sky, and those who run on the ground are basically included. One meal costs about 100,000. Naruto was shocked. You know, a bowl of Ichiraku ramen is only 60 taels, what is Hineda eating, not to mention, it is still expensive. 100,000 is the basic price. If conditions permit, the price will go up a little more, between 140,000 and 150,000 said the branch housemaid. One meal costs hundreds of thousands, 5 meals a day. Naruto said. N. The branch housemaid nodded. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, when are the other 2 meals? What time exactly? Naruto asked. 1 meal at 6 o'clock in the morning, 1 meal at 9 o'clock in the morning, 1 meal at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 meal at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and 1 meal at 6 o'clock in the evening, said the branch housemaid. Naruto. I don't know why, Master Hineda's appetite has increased recently, and there is a tendency to develop to 6 meals. In that case, there will be another meal at 9 o'clock in the evening. Branch housemaid. Must eat? How about eating less? Naruto asked. Master Hineda's appetite, how should I put it, is amazing. You can eat a lot in 1 meal, or you can only eat half a bowl of rice in 1 meal. The branch housemaid said. I didn't eat this much before. It's a normal average level. It just changed recently. If you eat less, you should be fine. But what the patriarch means is that Lord Hineda must be fed. Naruto. Ha ha ha, my father-in-law may be too busy and forgot to pay me for my food. Naruto laughed. No. The branch housemaid shook her head. I mean the food fee, Hineda's food fee. Naruto said. Then I don't know, anyway, the patriarch didn't explain it. The branch housemaid said, I just told you to take Master Hineda away tonight. Tell me the truth, is our family out of money? Naruto whispered. I don't care about the money, I don't know. After finishing speaking, seeing that Naruto had no questions to ask again, the branch housemaid bowed and turned to enter the room. I said, why entrust Hineda to me in such a hurry, I dare not afford it, let me take care of it. Naruto held his head. Hundreds of thousands of expenses a day, more than 300 days a year, this is enough to support gold and silver mountains. How long has it been since he lived on the little boy who was raised by Hineda, and suddenly changed, but it was him who raised Hineda. Chapter 94. Chakra Perception, Activate. With itself as the center, an invisible force field of perception spreads in all directions. Countless life reactions, chakra reactions, emerge in the bottom of my heart. There are people, cats, dogs, mice, cockroaches, spiders, and so on. Life, chakra, as long as it has one of these 2 items, can be perceived by perception. Not here, really gone. Naruto was speechless. Father-in-law and grandfather left simply. There are many branch house members walking together. It's not to fight against Three Tails hard, but to use Byan to find Three Tails. As long as you can use Byan normally, you can do it. Hi. Naruto was startled when he was about to interrupt the perception technique, but suddenly found that there was no life response from little Sakura. Parents, Ino, Sasuke, Kakashi, are all in the village. Where can little Sakura go alone? Thinking that little Sakura has the flying thunder god, self-protection is not a problem, he didn't think too much, just thought that little Sakura went outside to play. Compared with the missing little Sakura, Naruto's trouble is how to raise Hinata. The border area between the land of fire and the land of thunder. Little rain. The ground was full of mud. The hand holding kunai was trembling, unable to fall. Looking at the crying baby who was still in its infancy, little Sakura shook her head and said, "No, I can't." Snapped. A loud slap. Danzo said coldly, "Trash. As a tool, ninjas should not be restricted by emotions. Don't say it's a baby who has no relatives and no reasons for you. Even if one day, you are issued a task that requires you to kill your beloved family members, relatives, and friends, you should execute it without hesitation. I didn't ask you to kill your parents and completely erase your feelings. It's already very kind. There is such a person, it is worth you to learn, his name is Uchiha Itachi. What I said next, you just need to know about this person yourself, don't tell others." One side of his face was red and swollen. I couldn't tell whether it was tears or rain, and it slipped from my eyes. Little Sakura got up slowly. Her pink hair and clothes stained with muddy water made her look extremely embarrassed. Compared with the coldness of the heart, the coldness of the body is not worth mentioning. After telling the story of Uchiha Itachi, Danzo said, "Three Tails, it may be in place at any time, and before that, you have a lot to learn. Nervous system rupture, and the four-element seal that restricts the tail beast in the body, you have mastered it. Now, it's time for actual combat. Without enough combat experience and combat awareness to match, even if you become a Jinchuriki, you are still weak in front of the real strong. Come on, get used to killing life first." "But, can I change someone? For example, the kind who is so vicious that death is not a pity?" Little Sakura whispered. "Have you ever seen a tool that will resist the wishes of the user and give advice to the user?" Danzo said. "Forget it, after all, you are a ninja who grew up in a peaceful era. I can't ask too much of you." Before little Sakura could breathe a sigh of relief, Danzo made a seal. "Huh? Ah!" Suddenly screaming and falling to the ground, the little Sakura clutched her heart and rolled all over the floor. "I'm not naive enough to think that a distinguished heavenly gods can transform you into a tool that meets my requirements," Danzo said. "Placing a spell on the heart is a method that many high-level ninja village will have. The effect is more or less different, the purpose is to be the same, for control. Your chakra has been sealed, and there is no way to escape with Flying Thunder God. Besides, it is useless to escape. Your parents, your home, and your roots are in Konoha. If you don't want to bear this kind of heart-wrenching pain anymore, just be obedient, pick up the kunai, and erase this little life. Actually, you don't have to worry about it. In the ninja world, life is the least valuable thing. It's like weeds. No matter how much you kill, it will grow back soon." Limp in the muddy water, motionless, little Sakura felt hopeless from the bottom of her heart. She really didn't expect that it wasn't just the seal of tongue bane, which prevented her from telling others about Danzo. There are even charms on the heart. So how is she going to kill Danzo? Even if she has the power to kill Danzo, she can't stand in front of Danzo. "Dad, Mom, Naruto, Ino, Ms. Kakashi. Anyone is fine, help me." Little Sakura thought helplessly, choking out a sob. "Tools don't cry," Danzo said blankly, and sealed again. "Ah. Konoha Village East. 9:20 at night. Naruto was carrying a pile of luggage, and Hinata was carrying Hanabi who had showered and was sleeping soundly on his back, walking side by side on the deserted street. "Naruto-kun, I actually don't need to eat that much," Hinata whispered. "Father is concerned about the transformation of white eyes. In order to increase the success rate, let me eat vigorously. Generally speaking, a bowl of noodles is enough." "How could it be the same?" Naruto said. "Following me, can you still be hungry? Eat at ease, money, I will find a way, but then again, where do you eat so much in a day?" I don't know either." Hinata blushed slightly, embarrassed. "I have seen myself with supercilious eyes. When food enters my stomach, it will be digested and absorbed quickly. No matter how much it is, it will not be filled, like a bottomless pit. It's quickly digested and absorbed, and it doesn't fill up no matter how much it is, so you don't have to go to the toilet." "Ugh." Naruto was stunned. Hinata bowed her head in silence, her face was getting redder and redder. "Then can you eat enough? Could it be that you have never been full?" Naruto asked. "Yes, I feel full, but it takes a lot of food," Hinata whispered. "Is there any difference between eating full and not full?" Naruto asked. "After eating, I have strength and energy," Hinata said in a waxy voice. Conversely, that is to say, if you don't have enough to eat, you will lose strength and energy. Naruto nodded, and said solemnly, I know, from now on, don't worry so much, just eat hard, as your fiancé, I will definitely satisfy all your needs. You don't think I'm weird? Like, a monster? Hinata hesitated. Identifying Naruto and establishing a relationship with Naruto, she completely let go of herself. No matter good or bad, as long as Naruto wants to know and ask about things, she will have no reservations. Having said that, I still worry about what Naruto will think of himself. What are you? I'm the monster. Naruto laughed. You are already mine, and I am happy to accept all of you. I have also promised my father-in-law that I will cherish you, so. Here, give me a kiss. Hinata glanced at Hanabi who was sleeping, and seeing no one around, mustered up her courage, and put her lips on Naruto's left cheek. Printed it. Naruto turned his face, there is still this side. Hinata, who couldn't refuse and didn't want to refuse, fulfilled Naruto's request. Chapter 95. Talking and laughing all the way, of course, will pay attention to the volume, so as not to wake up Hanabi. The three returned to Naruto's house. Naruto put down the luggage in his hand and was about to take out the key to open the door. The movement from the right rear made him pause and look sideways. From behind the cover, a figure stepped out, it was Ino. Naruto, I have something to say to you alone. Ino said. Naruto continued to take the key and opened the door, it's so late, girl, it's dangerous to be outside alone, go home quickly. Please, it will be ready soon. Ino. It's not about whether it's quick or not. Let's put it this way, she, Hinata, is my fiancé. Naruto said, the relationship confirmed this afternoon has been approved and witnessed by the elders. Ino was stunned, with his mouth slightly open, looking at Hinata who was quietly standing behind Naruto with Hanabi on his back, and was secretly watching her. Are you, really? Are you engaged? Ha! Ino took a deep breath, suppressed many distracting thoughts in his heart, looked at Naruto complicatedly, and smiled bitterly. You misunderstood. I didn't mean to confess to you. Besides, you have rejected me before. I came for something else. It is very important, very, very important. For the sake of being in the same class and belonging to the same village, please give me some time and listen to me. Naruto thought for a while, dropped two words, wait a moment, motioned for Hinata to enter the room, and he followed suit, closing the door behind him. The luggage was placed in the living room, and Naruto walked into the bedroom, just in time. Hinata had also gently placed Hanabi on the bed. About before I left the village for the first time to perform a mission, I knew from Sakura that Ino liked me and had a crush on me. Naruto said. It was very late at that time. I went to her house the next morning and replied to her. It's my honor to be liked by you, but I already have someone I like, so I won't consider other possibilities, sorry. That's what I replied to her. You heard what I said just now, how about it? Do you agree to let me go? No need to say it, nod, I will go, shake your head, I will not go. Not long after, Naruto went out. I don't know what he said to Ino, he frowned first, and then separated out 10 shadow clone, staying to protect Hinata and Hanabi, just in case. Then follow Ino to leave. How can you agree? Hinata, who was packing up in the living room, was startled suddenly, and turned around to see Hanabi, who should be sleeping, standing behind her. Seeing that energetic appearance, there is no trace of sleepiness. You're pretending to be asleep. Hinata was surprised, thinking of her actions on the road and what she had talked to Naruto. Hanabi heard everything, she was ashamed and angry. That's not important. Hanabi said, the important thing is, how can I let my brother-in-law go alone with the girl who likes him? It's okay. Hinata glared at Hanabi, lowered her head and continued to pack up, I trust Naruto-kun. Believe it, to put it simply, you don't have any sense of crisis? What if my brother-in-law has someone outside? Hinata interrupted Hanabi's words. That's not something that a sense of crisis can solve. If Naruto-kun really goes to someone else, it can only prove that I am not attractive enough to attract him, or that I am not gentle enough or considerate enough. You can't directly shift the responsibility to others, but also find the reason from yourself. 100 Healings Mark, by How Technique. I heard from Naruto that mastering these two techniques can keep you young forever, and I still need to find time to learn how to cook. Do my best to do my best, and let Naruto-kun make the choice for the rest. Brother-in-law asks for your opinion and gives you the right to choose. If you have this right, you don't have to use it for nothing. Hanabi muttered. I still think that brother-in-law and other girls should not have the opportunity to be alone. He belongs to us, and other girls should not be allowed to take advantage of it. Respect is mutual, Hinata said. Mr. Naruto asked for my opinion because he respected me. In other words, I do the same. We must respect him and give him trust. Why are you telling me this? It's past 9:30. Go back to sleep. What about you? Hanabi asked. I still have to wait for Naruto-kun. He didn't eat much tonight. I'll see what's in the kitchen and try to make him some supper. Hinata. What did you bring me here for? Naruto asked. You know the perception technique, now perceive it. Ino said. Inexplicably, Naruto kneaded between his eyebrows. Thinking that it's all coming, it's not good, so he turned his head back, he extracted a little chakra, squatted down halfway, put his index finger and middle finger together, and touched the ground lightly. Immediately, his face changed suddenly. How? Ino. Why is there a stranger in little Sakura's bedroom? I get it. It's a relative in her family. Naruto. Hide well, don't come out, watch carefully. After Ino said, chakra refined, erupted on the soles of his feet, and the whole person jumped up to the roof lightly. After a few vertical jumps, she came to the balcony outside the little Sakura's bedroom and knocked on the glass window. Soon, the curtains were drawn a little, and then the window opened, and the people inside came out, met Ino, and had a conversation. Naruto, who was hiding behind the cover, widened his eyes suddenly. Little Sakura. He quickly used chakra perception to perceive again. Wrong. That's no little Sakura. The life reaction, the chakra reaction, has nothing to do with little Sakura, it's a completely different person. Not long after, Ino said goodbye and left, returning to Naruto. After thinking wildly for a while, Naruto said, what do you know? Little Sakura, she's in big trouble. Ino said. That's a trouble that even my father has been avoiding. I asked Mr. Asuma cryptically, and he told me clearly that there was nothing he could do about it. I'm really at a loss. With the strength you showed when Konoha was attacked, you have the ability to solve that trouble, and the price is. There is a certain probability that you will become an enemy of the village and become a traitor. Little Sakura likes you, I know it's useless to say this, because you like Hinata, but, since she has helped you for so long, I hope you can save her once. Naruto. The amount of information was too much, which made him a little numb. Rub your face vigorously to calm yourself down. Your father is taboo. Teacher Asuma can't help it. The trouble you mentioned is root organization. Naruto said. Root organization? What root organization? Ino was stunned. No. Naruto was surprised, thought for a while and said, the leader of the root organization is called Shimura Danzo. You know Shimura Danzo? Ino was taken aback. That's right, it's him. First, he uses a kind of pupil technique to control little Sakura. Fortunately, little Sakura has a dual personality. Only the inner personality is controlled, and it has no effect on her. Pupil technique. Even distinguished heavenly gods used it. Why? Naruto was shocked and puzzled, unable to figure out what drove Danzo to do this. For you. Ino said. Chapter 96. The task Shimura Danzo gave to little Sakura is to take you to him, and you are his goal. Ino said. Little Sakura is just incidental, because you are implicated, not you, he might not have the idea of little Sakura. Now, Shimura Danzo has taken a fancy to little Sakura's talent, and wants to train little Sakura, so that little Sakura can become a Jinchuriki. Naruto. In the beginning, my plan with little Sakura and I was to grow with the resources of Shimura Danzo, said Ino. Wait until you are strong enough to kill Shimura Danzo. Little Sakura even wants to become Shimura Danzo's confidant, so as to seize his organization and help you realize your dream of becoming Hokage. The plan is feasible, but Sakura and I may still be too naive. In hindsight, how can an existence that can make both my father and Asuma-sensei powerless? Naruto. Little Sakura was replaced half a month ago. I have been trying to find her since I learned the spiritualization technique 4 days ago, Ino said. Unfortunately, there is a time limit for the soul to leave the body. If you stay outside the body for more than half an hour, you will faintly feel the pull from above. If you don't return quickly, you always feel that something bad will happen, and you may be dragged directly to the pure land of the underworld. Naruto. I don't have the permission to go out of the village, so I can't go out. Aside from spiritualization, my actual combat ability is very weak. Even if I find little Sakura, I can't save her. Ino said. I can't even find anyone to tell, please. Naruto, please, as long as you can save little Sakura, I will promise you anything. Naruto. There is nothing to say, this is the state of Naruto at this time. Little Sakura likes me. If you don't tell such a lie, I will save her. Naruto exhaled and said. I didn't lie, and now there's no need to hide it, after all, you and Hinata are engaged. Ino said. Little Sakura is an idiot, a super idiot, she obviously likes you, but she doesn't know it, she took the initiative to promote you and Hinata. After that, she regretted it very much, but it's useless to regret it anymore, she. Stop, stop, stop. I know little Sakura better than you, it's okay, stop talking about such nonsense. Naruto said helplessly. Let's discuss how to save her. This is the most important thing. Ino was stunned, she was really puzzled, why Naruto just didn't believe that little Sakura would like him, is this some kind of fantasy? In the ninja world, it's not big, it's not small. With the footsteps of a ninja, you can cross the border after a few days without sleep. Naruto squatted down, picked up a small stone, and gestured on the ground. I will send a large number of shadow clones to search, first to search the land of fire, and then expand outward. You just said that Danzo wanted little Sakura to become a Jinchuriki, did you have a specific goal? Little Sakura said it was 3 tails. Ino said. Sure enough. Naruto continued to gesture with pebbles. 3 tails are wild-tailed beasts. They don't have the ability to see through large areas like white eyes, so they are hard to find. Moreover, seeing that the long-term search has failed, it is possible to find other Jinchuriki to attack. I will let Shadow Clone look for Jinchuriki who have defected from the village or are on missions outside, and wait for them. Although I say that, it will be strange, are you really willing to help little Sakura? Crouching aside, listening to Naruto's plan, Ino whispered. In case things come to light, with Shimura Danzo's status in the village, you've made a big fuss. Sooner or later, they will be killed. It doesn't make any difference if you kill them early or late. Naruto said, besides, don't let people know, that's fine. The street lights dimmed. Dimly. Naruto's yellow hair swayed in the evening wind. A cute face somewhat similar to Kushina. Inherited from Minato's blue eyes. Under the sportswear, the muscles that have been trained for a long time are faintly visible. Take a bath every day, cut your nails frequently, wash your hands, and pay attention to personal hygiene, which is very refreshing. It is handsome, cute, safe, and clean all in one. Ino swallowed, lowered his eyes, not daring to look any further. That's it, little Sakura, I will find a way to save you. Naruto wiped away the scratches on the ground, threw away the pebbles, and clapped his hands. I'm going to. Ino immediately said, with spiritualization, I can definitely help. Half an hour of out-of-body confinement, what help? Naruto asked. I won't take your body with you. Once your soul leaves your body, this body will become a complete burden. Ino froze. I promise to save little Sakura and kill Danzo by the way, just rest assured and wait for the result. Naruto said. Your home is not far from here, so I won't see you off, bye. Seeing Naruto walking away, Ino clenched his fists tightly, but was unable to let go, frustrated and blamed himself. If I had known earlier, I should have spent more time and focused on my practice. If I could pass on the family secret. Family secrets. Secret. He was thinking about how to kill Danzo, when he heard the sound of running behind him. Naruto turned his head. I have an idea. I don't know if it will work. I need to test it. Ino caught up with Naruto and said excitedly. Idea. Naruto wondered. Follow me. Ino said, running forward first. Naruto thought for a while and followed behind. On the side of the road, I found a bench, and Ino sat down, don't scare me this time. Without waiting for Naruto's answer, and without a seal, Ino's soul is separated from the body. Thanks to the characteristics of family secrets. Coupled with her sleepless training, she was able to overtake Naruto from behind and give priority to mastering the spiritualization technique. Previously, his thinking was limited. He didn't expect this. Just now, he suddenly thought of the combination of spiritualization and family secrets. Spiritualization is an attack and killing technique aimed at the soul with the soul as the core. Heart-turning technique is to rely on the soul to concentrate the mind to one point, release it at the target, achieve the target of possession, control the target, and realize the secret technique of using the enemy for us in a short time. When you combine the two, the effect is. How do you feel now? Are you still conscious? Can you control your body? Ino asked. This is. Naruto made a strange face. The body is moving by itself. There's no danger, it's not passive instinct. There is also Ino's voice, which appeared in the mind, and looking at the bench, Ino's body fell to one side, and there was no movement. Obvious. Ino's soul is in his body. Seeing that Naruto was still conscious and had no hindrance in controlling his body, Ino let out a sigh of relief. The time limit is half an hour. My soul is outside. There are some restrictions. If there is a shelter, will there still be pools that seem to be the pure land of the underworld? If not, I can live in your body and go with you to save little Sakura, so I won't be a burden. Chapter 97. Half an hour is fleeting. No pulling feeling? It's really okay. It's great. Ino said happily. I didn't expect that the combination of spiritualization and your family's secrets would have such an effect. Naruto rubbed his face and murmured. Simple spiritualization technique cannot possess and control the target. A simple secret transmission is difficult to last. The combination of the two can live in other people's bodies as a house, and the duration can be extended. This is a contest at the soul level, and has nothing to do with actual combat power. In other words, even those whose soul strength is not as strong as yours can't compete with your possession and control. If there is no time limit and it can last forever, then you are basically the same as obtaining eternal life. Eternal life? Ino was stunned, can such a thing be done? The person who attacked the village before was called Orochimaru. The technique of immortality he created is similar to the soul grabbing, which is realized by occupying other people's bodies. Naruto said. Your words are a little different from Duosh. You just possess and control, and you don't obliterate or devour the soul and consciousness of the target. You have the possibility of a win-win cooperation, or a Kimaru, that's pure plunder. By the way, can secret transmission control corpses? No, it must be a living person with consciousness. Ino said. In that case. Naruto said. Before your body dies, your soul leaves your body and resides in someone else's body. When this person is about to die, your soul leaves your body again and finds the next person to reside in. The cycle repeats. The age of the body is only a few dozen years. In contrast, the time that the soul can exist is so long that it is unknown. Before the soul dies, you don't want to die, you can rely on this method to achieve longevity and long-term vision. Ino. Of course, the premise is that you can maintain the possessed state all the time, otherwise once the soul leaves the body, it will take less than an hour. Naruto said. And you can say goodbye to the world. Okay. Ino said. The secret is that the spirit is out of the body, and my soul is still in the body. This is why attacking the person who is possessed by me will also hurt my own body. Spiritualization is to make my soul completely separate from the body. Spiritual energy is the power generated from the soul. Like I am now, I can't control you for a long time. It consumes a lot of mental energy. Just maintaining the possession, the consumption is minimal. Then there's no problem. Putting your body aside, as far as your soul is concerned, you are already an immortal. Naruto said, feeling the temperature of Ino's body with his hand. Slightly below normal range. It seems that the restriction of spiritualization is not only for the soul, but also for the body. I don't want to die at a young age, I don't want to give up this body, and the time for the soul to leave the body must be strictly paid attention to. Okay, the test is over, let's go home. Oh. Ino responded, and his soul separated from Naruto and returned to his body. It can be clearly seen that the fair skin is slightly red at first, as if it has been injected with heat, and then the body adapts to the heat and returns to normal. Watching Ino run home without saying a word, Naruto freezes for a moment, turns and leaves. Longevity is indeed very attractive. After learning spiritualization, defeating 6 paths Madara and Itsutsuki Kagaya, the number of check-ins will be free, and you can check in the Yamanaka family's secret pass. Don't worry about whether you need it or not, you need it first. It's just a pity that using this method is equivalent to giving up the body, and most of the power except knowledge is lost, and one has to start over. Why is it so troublesome? If you sign directly to Haiden's immortal body, won't you be able to retain the strength of your body? Naruto raised his eyebrows. It doesn't seem to work. Haiden's immortal body seems to have a lot of restrictions. In the plot, Haiden has never used ninjutsu once, and his IQ is not very smart. In case Haiden's immortality is to sacrifice IQ and many chakra uses, it is no different from self-mutilation. Stop the thoughts related to longevity, and pull back to the matter of little Sakura. Naruto pondered, and said to Nine Tails, stop the chakra supply to the shadow clones in the back mountain, and give me all the chakra. Many shadow clones have existed for 2 months. Without the support of my chakra, they would all disappear. With so much memory, you. Nine Tails said. It's okay. Naruto said calmly. The other side. When Ino returned home, his whole body was like a dream. Telling her suddenly that she can realize eternal life will indeed feel like a dream. Now is not the time to think about these things. Ino patted his face, brushed his teeth in a numb manner, washed his face, and then applied a mask. Leaving her body lying on the bed, her soul was separated again. Soon, with the response of the soul, I found Naruto's body in the back mountain. What is this for? Ino thought to himself, do you want to use shadow clone? Without keeping Ino waiting, Naruto suddenly formed a seal, and a lot of smoke came out of him. The newly appeared shadow clone spread out as quickly as possible to make room for the follow-up shadow clone. Continuously, seemingly without end. At first, Ino was still paying attention to the number, but gradually, she became numb, the number was too much to count. It is conservatively estimated that it will not be less than 50,000, and it has not stopped and is still going on. The shadow clone is like a wave, over the mountain, over the wall, leaving Konoha one after another, and the patrolling ninja can't stop it at all. There are 2 shadow clones, and I went to Jiraiya and Tsunade specifically, and said that I want shadow clone to go outside for training, and the main body is still at home, so I don't want to go anywhere. With these 2 backers, I am not afraid of getting into trouble, and there will be no trouble. Cutting first and then playing, is to consider that there is a certain probability of being rejected. First use up the chakra passed by Nine Tails, and then use your own chakra. When his chakra was about to run out, in the sealed space, Nine Tails sent out some chakra through the 8-sign seal, and Naruto took it without hesitation. This behavior was forced to stop until the amount of chakra that could meet the formation of a shadow clone could not be extracted. Naruto was on the verge of falling, double images appeared in front of his eyes, and he was so dizzy that he couldn't see clearly. To make matters worse, the memory of Shadow Clone flowed back, which broke his persistence. With a plop, he couldn't stand still and fell to the ground. The chakra meridian hurts so much. It's so messy. Ino possessed Naruto, feeling the same with all 5 senses, and she changed her face due to the pain. This little injury is nothing to him at all, and the troubles are yet to come. Nine Tails said. Ino was startled, his conscious body turned his head, and in the blur, he saw a prostrate, extremely terrifying giant beast. A lot of memories will come flooding in and he'll be in a coma for a while. With the intensity of his training, if one day is wasted, his physical fitness will decline. If 1 month is wasted, it can be said that the previous efforts are gone in a blink of an eye. Chapter 98. Ale. Can you still hold on? Then I don't need to accompany Hinata instead of you. A shadow clone who stayed behind specifically, saw the main body get up in pain, thought the main body was fine, and ran away without a trace after speaking, followed out of the village to search. Ino. You are. Ino. People call me Nine Tails. Nine Tails. Naruto's monster name is because of you, right? You were the one who drove me away with your roar first. Ino. That's right. Nine Tails. Just now, and now, why didn't you expel me? Ino. You are harmless to Naruto, I have no need to expel you. Nine Tails said. You can approach Naruto in a soul state, which proves that you have no intention of harming Naruto, no killing intent, otherwise. Unbeknownst to Naruto, his passive instincts must be triggered. What is passive instinct? Ino asked, to which Nine Tails didn't answer. There are so many shadow clone here, what are they doing? They don't need to go. Ino reluctantly came to the bottom of the tree and sat with his back against the tree. These are shadow clones for cultivation, there are nearly 1,000. Nine Tails said. The longest batch has existed for more than 2 months. Naruto naturally has his reasons for keeping them. What? Ino said. Absorb and digest their memories. If shadow clone does not disappear, the memories will not come back. Nine Tails said. The nature transformation of wind and fire is the icing on the cake, the most important thing is Flying Thunder God technique. Flying Thunder God. Ino was stunned. Like this ninja technique that does not require the participation of the main body, Naruto will let Shadow Clone learn it. Nine Tails said. With the training notes given by little Sakura earlier, plus a large number of Shadow Clone, and rushing to work day and night, Shadow Clone has mastered the Flying Thunder God and can use it with one hand. I've been hiding this from Naruto, hoping to surprise him, but I didn't expect. Which Shadow Clone has mastered the Flying Thunder God? It is completely possible to absorb only that one. Ino said. Absorb nearly 1,000 Shadow Clone memories in one breath, and a single Shadow Clone has so much memory, how can this be unbearable? One memory is not as profound as hundreds of thousands of memories. Nine Tails said. That's too messy. Ino raised his forehead, why do you want to do this? You can take it easy and don't pay attention to your body. What if something happens to you? Why? I think the danger of little Sakura is on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is also related to your request. Nine Tails said. Little Sakura is Naruto's best friend, and you are the first girl to confess to Naruto. I have always been in Naruto's body. I know exactly what kind of life he has lived since he was a child, except loneliness. Although he doesn't say it, he must be very concerned about it. The dream of becoming Hokage is also to stop being ignored and to attract attention. You not only noticed him, but also secretly fell in love with him. Although I don't know why Naruto chose Hinata, he and Hinata didn't have much intersection in ninja school. The only thing I'm sure of is that you, the girl who made it clear that she liked him before Hinata, must have a pivotal position in his heart. I see. Ino was silent. Just now, the shadow clone that Naruto left behind to replace him in his daily life has gone. Nine Tails said. After that, can I ask you? Daily life doesn't matter. Exercise must never stop. He has worked so hard for so long. I don't want to see it go to waste like this. This is closely related to his dream come true. Leave it to me. Ino nodded. The supply of Nine Tails chakra was changed to support the shadow clone that successfully ran out of Konoha. These shadow clones in the back mountain completely cut off the source of chakra. One after another, shadow clone disappeared. Those shadow clones who still have a little chakra are not idle, hurry up to practice and increase their experience a few times. Memories poured into Naruto's consciousness like a torrent. Ino, who possesses Naruto in a soul state, can clearly feel that Naruto's soul is trembling, and there are very obvious waves. The pressure was all Naruto's, Ino was unaffected. She uses her own soul to contain Naruto's soul and help stabilize it so that Naruto can digest it faster and wake up. Am I the first girl to confess? It means that I am ahead of Hinata, so why did you choose Hinata and not consider me? Thinking about this question, Ino looked up at the moon, dazed. Physical strength should have recovered, you try to refine chakra now. Nine Tails said. Ino restrained his mind, mobilized his spiritual energy, perfectly combined with Naruto's physical energy, and successfully extracted a little chakra. The perfect Hashirama cells have been thoroughly integrated into Naruto and become a part of Naruto's body. Manufactured by refining the spiritual energy of Ino, the nature of chakra is the earth and water that become Ino. Other attributes require practice before they can be used. The strong vitality contained in the cells has not changed. This is. Feeling the injury of the chakra meridian, being healed quickly by this chakra, Ino was beyond shocked. No need to make a fuss, how did you get Naruto's wood style? It comes from his terrifying vitality compared to first-generation Hashirama. Ninetales said lightly. By the way, Naruto cares about Hinata very much, and they are a fiancé. If Hinata knows that Naruto lives in you, I will probably feel bad. I don't want to cause trouble for Hinata, and I don't want to cause trouble for Naruto. Please don't show any flaws and play him well. Playing Naruto, of course it's okay, just, ask, is there any intimate behavior between them? Ino hesitated. I don't understand your human behavior, what is considered intimacy? Ninetales. Mouth, put together like this, or print on the face, on the forehead. Ino said. Yes. Ninetales. Ino. No. I can't act. Let me do that to Hinata, definitely not. Ino shook his head vigorously. 10 minutes later. Naruto's house. In the living room. Before the low table. Putting down the half-eaten tomato egg noodles cooked by Hinata, Ino was fidgeting. What's wrong? It doesn't suit your taste. Hinata asked hastily. Ino shook his head and whispered, I can't hold it anymore, I want to go to the bathroom. When you go to the toilet, you go to the toilet, why do you have to blush? Hinata thought strangely, and said, there's no one in the toilet. Soon, thinking of something, Hinata blushed and said in a low voice, I won't peek with white eyes, and I'll stare at Hanabi too. Don't think too much, let alone worry. Ino dawdled and didn't go. After a while, he whispered, I close my eyes and don't look at or touch. Can you help me? Hi. Hinata's face froze. Chapter 99. In 2019, I tried to write a few books, but none of them were signed, with more than 400,000 words. The only one received a sign from the website, and there were only 3 in my collection. In contrast, the results of this book are already very good for me. Because it is a part-time job, there are at most 2 chapters per day, so don't ask for rewards and monthly tickets, just give a subscription support, or a recommendation ticket for support. A few days ago, I took the time to look through the comments, and I was almost sprayed into autism. My little glass heart, I am a little afraid to read the comments now. That's it, it will be on the shelves tomorrow, if you like it, you can subscribe to support it, thank you. Chapter 100. It seems to have slept for a long time, like soaking in a hot spring, very comfortable. It's really soaking in hot water. Naruto, who regained consciousness, saw himself sitting in the bathtub, steam rising, dumbfounded, and then froze. And many more. At this moment, I should be sent to the hospital by Shadow Clone. When I wake up in the hospital ward. How can I be at home? And I'm still taking a bath. Oh, I woke up earlier than expected. Ninetales said, it seems that she did something to your soul, which caused you to wake up earlier. Her? Speaking of which, how long have I been in a coma? Naruto kneaded between his brows, a large amount of unreasonable memory filled in, and the headache still remained. 5 days. Ninetales. 5 days, that's pretty fast. Tell me, what happened during this period? Naruto said, has Hinata become a Jinchuriki, and what happened to little Sakura? 3 tails was discovered this morning, Shadow Clone rushed over, and with the support of chakra and natural energy I provided, it has been successfully captured. Ninetales said. In the afternoon, Shadow Clone came back with Flying Thunder God, picked up Hinata, and is now sealing 3 tails, it is nearing the end. That Hinata's grandfather, I can't see it, is also a master of sealing. It's just that he is old and his body is in decline. Otherwise, if he is given enough time to prepare and equipped with some manpower to assist him, he will be able to capture and seal 3 tails. Really? I was still thinking about this matter, please master, but I didn't expect Grandpa to. Naruto said, how is it, how is the situation, is there any problem? Sealed space. Through the perspective of Shadow Clone, it was like watching a live broadcast of 9 tails, and said, you can rest assured, first of all, Hinata's physique is extraordinary. Secondly, 3 tails was suppressed by 5 wooden dragons. With such a good sealing environment, Hinata and her grandfather can handle it with ease. That's good. Naruto said. As for little Sakura, there's no gain, said Ninetales. I have searched all over the Land of Fire, and I have also searched many places in the neighboring Land of Thunder, Land of Earth, and Land of Wind. With the scope of the chakra perception technique, there is still no news. You must be mentally prepared. What psychological preparation? Naruto said. There are still many places that have not been found, and those locations that have been searched, if there is an enchantment that isolates perception, the chakra perception technique will not be able to penetrate. I mean, little Sakura might have. Naruto preempted Nine Tails from finishing her sentence. No, she is not a short-lived person. Even with my influence, she would not die so early. I mean it's possible. Nine Tails. Even if that's the case, I will. Naruto got up, stepped out of the bathtub, and took a towel to dry off the water on his body. Help me send a message to all shadow clones, select some of them to release, I want to know the details. Soon, a lot of memories flooded in, Naruto frowned, closed his eyes to digest. Quite a while. A few of Danzo's subordinates were caught, but nothing was asked. Naruto was expressionless. The reason why it can be determined that they are Danzo's subordinates is naturally based on the seal of tongue disaster. According to this, the only way to find him and little Sakura is to keep an eye on the rest of the Jinchuriki and wait for Danzo to make a move. As expected of the root of Konoha, it is hidden deep enough. Considering whether Danzo is still in the village, overturning Konoha and digging him out, the feasibility of this matter, knocking on the door, interrupted Naruto's thoughts. Brother-in-law, don't you really need my help? Hanabi said childishly outside the door. Help? Help for what? Naruto wondered. Help you take a shower. In the past few days, your sister helped you. Hanabi said. Naruto. Now that my sister is not here, I can help. Hanabi said. What's going on? It's fine that I'm taking a bath for no reason. A few days ago, Hinata washed me for me. What the hell is that? Naruto asked Nine Tails in a daze. These days, Ino has been controlling your body and exercising, Nine Tails said. I sweat a lot every day and it stinks. I must take a bath. How can I go to bed without a bath? Hinata doesn't dislike it, but Hanabi yells not to let me go. Ino is avoiding it. I'm sorry to look at your body, so I ask Hinata for help. She stands still and closes her eyes, and asks Hinata to wash. Naruto. I remember when you were in ninja school, you went to talk to Hinata, she couldn't bear the shame, she would faint directly. Nine Tails said. I didn't expect to be able to help you take a bath now. Although she seemed to pass out at any time during the process, she persisted. Presumably, the status of a fiancé is the source of power to support her not to fall. Naruto. Today Hinata went to seal Three Tails, and Ino washed it by himself. At first Hanabi asked for help, but Ino refused. Nine Tails said. Ino? Are you still there? Naruto tentatively asked. She left a long time ago. As soon as she sensed that you were about to wake up, she ran away immediately. Nine Tails. Spiritualization cannot be left out of the body for a long time, how can she help me exercise? Naruto. Just run back and forth, every 1 or 2 hours, go back to her body for a while, and then come back. Nine Tails. Click, the door opened, and Naruto, who was dressed neatly, looked at the pretty Hanabi standing outside the door with his hands behind his back. I want to see your sister, will you go? Is it okay? Hanabi was surprised, my sister seems to be doing something that I can't let me know. That was before, father-in-law and grandfather kept it secret, which was equivalent to protecting your sister. Naruto smiled and said, now, there is no need. Hanabi nodded half understanding, then I'm going. Go and change into clothes suitable for going out, I'll wait for you. Naruto said. Soon, Hanabi, who changed from her pajamas to a kimono, came to Naruto. Naruto took a look around, and left the flying thunder god mark on the wall, on the low table, on the door panel, and under the tatame, then took Hanabi's hand and made a mudra with his free right hand. Swish! With a flash of golden light, the two of them disappeared out of thin air. On a small island close to the land of fire, there was a temporary sealing altar on the coast, on which Hinata was lying, with the hem of his clothes lifted up, showing his belly. With the belly button as the center, a mysterious and complex sealing technique is gradually taking shape. On the side, is the grandfather who maintains the Indian style and is sweating profusely. Hayashi, who was watching from not far away, noticed a golden light flickering out of the corner of his eye. Looking sideways, I saw Naruto appearing together with the youngest daughter Hanabi. Why did you bring Hanabi? I'm here, it's not good to leave her alone at home. Naruto said. The main body. Hayashi was surprised, didn't you say you can't come out? Ino can't flying thunder god, can't control this body to fight, and can't let people know that she is controlling Naruto's body, definitely can't come. Naruto said with a dry smile, this moment, that moment. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe and share for next parts.